feel it in my slum. You make my pee-pee run.
Hey, look, it's a little dead meme.
Gotcha.
You look like the biggest bitch in the world, nigga. I mean, how you doing?
Kingston, your room looks so profoundly dumb.
It's a girl's room because my room is shared with a girl now.
You have a dumb, stupid, silly, bitch boy fucking labial room.
It is a bedroom that is shared with a lady.
Yeah, it looks like a pussy. I mean, y'all can't compromise. Like, you have Digimon on the bed and then have fucking pink shit.
So all of my shit is on my desk. Like, my desk is where all of my stuff exists. But over there, that's her dresser, and it's like a fucking little punk ass, fucking stupid ass angel.
You got some
purpley
purpley
ass
ass
God.
pink
that
shit.
nigga don't believe in God.
Why does she? She has a fucking angel statue.
She's fucking Hispanic.
Oh man, no man.
Come on, man.
That
That's like
that
is, bro. You're bro.
You see niggas wearing the cross and they're not even
Chris,
religious and shit.
Chris, call 6 of your female cousins right now, and I bet most of them that just recently or live with their parents.
Those are my cousins, Kingston. I don't have a
angels.
choice. I don't have a choice in my relation to them. You've chosen this.
I know. She doesn't even believe in that shit, bro. There's a cross. There's like 2 angels. There's a cute little teddy bear. I think it's hella cute. And then there's like pictures of like us together, and it's
sounds like she needs to be taken down a peg. That's what it sounds like to me.
I can't strike her.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Anyway,
I'm too weak.
Anyway, welcome to the Snark Tank podcast.
Yeah,
we record these sometimes.
I'm a coward. I'm a fucking coward. I was once a man.
So Sweeney's moved in with his girlfriend now. He's officially done it.
With his
finally.
phantom.
he's screaming in silence in an empty hallway.
He's creating conflict when there doesn't have to be any. His girlfriend can do whatever he wants.
Do you know how insane it would be at this point now if she really didn't exist? Do you know how wild the experience would be? The fact that I moved here in back of the house with her family, who's not real. So I'm just on a plot of land or a house that was built that I didn't pay for that all of a sudden exists now.
I love that.
Yeah, it's it would require a lot of it's a lot of suspension of disbelief at a certain point.
a lot of luck, bro. A lot of really weirdly timed luck.
Yeah,
just stumbling into situations that led to this.
Yeah. Hey, top of the show, real quick. Cold open. I want to give a shout out to Jimothy OG on Instagram because, it is insane that this came out of nowhere too. It came out of nowhere. Just a cover of the Radioactive that looks like a talent show or whatever the fuck, and that it's so flattering. It
is crazy. It was like not of all the things I expected to happen, I did not expect to see that song at a talent show, or like at some venue being sung live by someone who was really into it. So shout out to that dude because I still can't believe that that's real.
People singing along too. There's other people that knew the lyrics in the audience.
Guys.
This planet's getting out of hand, man.
Did we make the song of the summer?
I think we did.
With Radioactive?
I think we did.
Radioactive, the song of the fucking year.
I'm kind of sad that we didn't. You know what? I'm kind of sad that we didn't hold off on it. We should have wrote that song, done it, and put it out at the beginning of Pride Month. I think that would have been like we didn't even think about it.
That would have been absolute.
That would have been a very powerful statement.
We were just so excited to get it out because it was so ridiculous.
Right.
That we were just like, people have to hear this because it goes hard. And so good. we had to just get it out. Also, that you're I can't believe we didn't. Well, I guess we haven't had a chance to bring this up. You did a a Sound of Silence gay cover, and fucking am I mistaken, or was that really? Did David Draymond really respond to it?
What I love about what I love about social media, it's the double-edged sword, right? That you can just easily spam and harass people, and then that shit can end up in your notifications. But then you can get lucky on either end, like say, like I respond to people, and they get happy that I responded. But then there's some people that are on another stratosphere, right? Like this guy's in one of the biggest bands in the world, and I just, as shits and giggles, and I've done this twice before. This happened twice. All I said was, "I hope I made you proud." I tagged him and said, "I hope I made you proud," thinking, of course, he's not gonna respond. It never happens, and then he just did, and like in a very, he said, "Laugh my fucking ass off." Well, your voice sounds great, at least. Must be that special sauce slash gargle that you've been using, lol. And I was like, oh, so he's like really playing into it, because I didn't know how he was gonna take it. I don't know the guy. I don't know if he's like, fuck you, how dare you, or some shit.
Yeah.
How dare you make my song gay?
Right?
How
Like,
dare you?
How dare you? I'm so mad.
The idea that that's how he communicates. Like that is like it's like pigeon. It's like chicken go cluck cluck, cow go moo. Fucking David Draymond go He just fucking like always.
David go blah.
Bro, that sound, the first time I heard that sound, I was like, this is magic. I gotta make this sound all the time now.
It's like watching Edison like create lightning.
Like,
Yeah,
oh.
that's a thing.
Yeah, that's the story.
You know what's crazy?
Anyway.
If he wasn't such a dickhead, he could have pretended to be a god. Instead, he was like, I made electricity. Instead of being like, no, I created this. I called this from the sky to here.
Yeah, he did a lot of cool things. He did a lot of cool things.
He probably
He's
could
a huge
have.
inventor, bro.
I think
Edison.
he destroyed.
Well, didn't
I think
Edison
he
like
destroyed
steal a lot
elephants?
of his stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. And he
Yeah.
also absolutely stifled his competition. Where, if I remember correctly,
It was Tesla.
he destroyed
Yeah, Tesla.
some elephants to poo poo AC current. Like he was like, look at what it does, and I think he blew up some like animals or some shit.
I think he shocked an elephant, which makes me really sad. Elephants are my favorite animal. If it was like almost
Dude,
anything else, it would make me really sad.
Imagine like in Edison's time to just find an elephant. And to, like,
You know what's
imagine
crazy?
getting
There are
into
probably much
contact-
more than there are now.
Well, I mean, numbers wise, but in North America, do you think they're like? I mean, like I can't.
Literally none.
Transportation must have been.
So I'm gonna
pretty
be
difficult.
I'm gonna be honest. I have no concept of like where animals are supposed to be or where that. You know what I mean? Like you could tell me like, outside of the obvious things, like, oh, kangaroos are obviously not in Arizona. Like I could believe any number of things. Like, oh, you found a tiger in fucking Idaho? Fucking weird. That's crazy.
Let me break this down to you. Let me do something very simple. So the large land so you're never gonna find bears anywhere but the Americas. Large bears.
Is that
like
real? I
Really,
thought-
really big ones. You'll never find them
bears
anywhere
aren't-
but here. Except for Asia. No. There's pandas.
No,
But
yeah, there's
pandas are
Asian.
large bears, right?
Yeah,
Well,
they're pretty big.
Pandas are
Pretty
barely
big.
bears, though.
But they're not like carnivores.
have-
They're not like apex predators.
Yeah, but you have Arctic bears though that are
In Americas.
very
What?
Arctic.
Well,
like
aren't they? No, don't
Antar-
polar bears exist?
Well,
like,
the Arctic is
no,
in the-
No, I'm
well,
wrong. They're up. They're a little further up.
There's no polar bears in like Siberia or anything. You know what I mean?
think
I literally can't say. I don't want to sound
We're-
retarded. I have
we're
no
out
idea.
of
Now I
our
wanna
depth.
take it back.
We
Now I
are.
wanna take
But
it
I'm
We
back.
are
talking about
very.
like
Hold on.
Antarctica. There's polar bears that will eat your
we are
face.
very out of our depth. Okay,
I take
this
that
is
back.
not.
But I take back everything I said. I don't know.
I like we started off completely. There's people. There are like people on the spectrum that are fucking furious right now.
There's like a
Like,
there's like a bearologist in the audience who's
I
like
know
who's
there are
listening to
no
this.
bears in Africa. I know that.
there's a
There are no bears
bearologist
in
going
Africa.
like, bah. I
Well,
don't
there's
like
that one
bah.
bear in Africa.
Which one?
His name's
Oh, the
Thomas.
African bear.
Thomas the African bear.
Hello, I am a bear.
He's,
My name
he's
is
a
Thomas.
regular bear.
I am a bear from Africa.
He
Hello.
talks like an African.
Would you like to have some honey with me?
And then
That
you're
would
like,
be so fucking scary.
That'd
if
be
you brought.
adorable.
Imagine if the only thing you needed to do was to imbue an animal with sentience was bring it to a new place,
yeah.
and then they just like automatically. It's almost like you know how your phone will automatically connect to the time zone.
Yeah.
It's like It's like a bear has to cross into a new language in order to really communicate.
I am
Oh my
African
goodness!
bear.
I am. I can talk. I am alive now.
I am residing in Lagos
I am
right
alive now. That is I was dead before this.
I am alive
Before
now.
I could communicate,
never
I
want
was
to
for
lose
all
this.
intents and purposes dead because my life lived and died with me and me alone. I could not express my life to others, but now I live, I thrive.
now. I live in Lagos, but I promise I will not scam you. I
I
am a
prom-
good bear.
That's
I am a
crazy.
good bear.
I am a good bear. I pay my taxes. I go shopping. I do not harm people. I even say hello to the children. It's like a documentary about this bear just living a life that's
walking
pretty much
upright.
human.
Just
Pretty much human.
and nobody says anything. Nobody.
None-
They're acting like, you know how my mods are. How my mods, like, everyone's naked and nobody acknowledges it. It's like the same. It's like the same. Where this is a talking bear in Lagos, Nigeria, and people are just going about their business,
Was
not
it-
even acknowledge that it's a bear.
Was it a
It's Africans, of course they wouldn't.
what is this? Why was Yogi Bear so picnic oriented?
I
Like
guess
what-
because
like-
he lived in the
Yellowstone.
national park Jellystone,
Jellystone. There you go.
and
you're right, yeah.
so there's people picnicking, and I guess since he went the other route where all the other bears like him were tearing up the actual park goers, and he's like, I'll just steal their food. So he just wants their food.
That
And
is
the
such a
protagonist is the
remarkably-
ranger park guy.
Yeah.
Dude, it must have been so easy to pitch a show in like the fucking 40s. Or like whenever
Yeah.
like I have an idea,
Significantly,
guys.
yes,
I have
for us.
I have an idea. A bear in Yellowstone takes people's picnic baskets, and that's the show. And he's named after a vaguely
player.
unintelligent Yankees baseball player.
Well, I tell you what, Sonny, that is a very good idea. How much money do
Yeah,
you
wow.
need?
Yeah, we're gonna give
250?
you $10 billion in current money, which would be fucking insane. Like
$10 billion back then is more than
There's-
old China, probably.
There's no that is
China.
$10 billion in 1940.
in 1940,
is so
and he says that too. And 1940 money.
In 1940, you're gonna be. It's buco bucks in 1940, buddy.
You're gonna be rich, bud.
You're gonna be rich,
Dude,
but not in the future.
We just finished a war, or we just about to get into a war. All that shit's happening. Here's this much money, and it's like, what?
I know.
Here's-
he took all the money in the world for his Yogi Bear show.
Dude,
I feel
that
like
guy
if
was
we went back
probably
in time,
loaded.
it would be unfair how many good ideas we'd be able to open because we've seen so much shit already.
Well, it's not about ideas though. It's about because I don't know what I could really capitalize on if I went back in time. You know, like I don't like I could have
lottery
some
a lot.
I could have the best I could do is pitch the best I could do is steal scripts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could be like, I have a script for this, and I know it works because I saw it work in my fucking time or whatever. And I could just copy that script verbatim and like tell everybody exactly what they need. Maybe then I could like, I could fuck with the timeline in a way that would benefit me. But I
think
don't
could
know
direct something. I think I could direct something.
Right, but like I mean, like people talk about like, oh, I'd go back and invent Microsoft. It's like you don't know how to fucking invent
No,
Microsoft.
I wouldn't do that. But
I don't
feel
know
like
how
the
to.
easiest thing is music. I feel like it's the easiest thing.
Yeah, music.
Yeah, you just steal a recording. Literally, just like just
That's me.
burn a just
Just
burn
lie
an
about
MP3. Just burn an MP3 onto like or like find a way to press a bunch of really popular songs onto a vinyl.
Yeah, and be
and
like,
then
hey,
bring it back.
let's-
And then just play it and like, look at what I made.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "What the fuck? This is all amazing. How can you do all this stuff?" It's like Tina Turner and Megadeth and like all like a million different things on the same thing, and you're like, "How do you sound like all these people?
You gotta
How
be
are you
careful.
doing this?"
You'll melt people's brains if it's too like it's too
good,
much.
yeah.
Like people thought
Yeah.
Black Sabbath was a little bit too much back in the '60s. Like, and that shit's fucking like baby shit nowadays.
Kind of like
So you
Grateful
gotta be
Dead and
careful.
shit like that.
You gotta be careful. Like I
That's
would
true.
I would just subtly steal. Like say Elvis has a good idea. He's like, oh, I've got a good, and then all of a sudden I beat him, and then all of a sudden he doesn't have that idea anymore. He's like, I'm gonna deviate and be a baseball player or some shit.
What's funny is you'd be stealing from Elvis while he's stealing from other black people.
Well, of course.
So,
So,
at the same
really,
time,
I'm just
it'd be
taking
really
it back. That's all that's
confused.
happening. He's like, oh man,
Like,
I was about to
he's
steal this nigga's idea, but
This other nigga stole from-
already did.
Some nigga stole from me. Fucking steal from me.
Well, goddamn it.
I would take a bunch of Disney ideas too and pitch them.
And then since you stole all of Elvis's ideas, he doesn't want to be the king of pop anymore, and he just becomes a serial rapist or something. He just goes he just completely deviates. And
He was already a checkered person.
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean,
watching his
who the
documentaries
fuck
are crazy.
wasn't back in the day, man? I mean, goddamn.
I feel like there were a few not checkered people.
There's no
like
such
5
thing
or
as a
6.
non-checkered person.
There were like 5 or 6 not checkered people. My granddad wasn't checkered.
They were
Your
just
granddad's absolutely checkered.
You
I
just
guarantee
don't know about the checkered
he was
shit that
he was
did.
in war, but he wasn't checkered.
You don't know about that time he came in a squirrel on a battlefield.
Wartime is debauchery.
I know the
time
time he threw mustard gas in a little Vietnamese kid's face. But other than that, he was
Nah, man, you're checking. I was having this conversation a couple days ago at like a
For a
at like
dare.
I had this
yo, I
conversation a
dare
couple days
you.
ago at a restaurant where
Yeah, I
like
did.
I promise you, like we are going to be looked at as like sincerely evil people.
probably no.
Like-
we're,
like,
we're on
absolutely.
the cusp. We're on the cusp.
No,
we're on the cusp
I
of
think
being better. I think
No.
we are.
You think
I think-
so?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so. I think
we
what's
are.
going to happen. I think what's going to happen. Like 100 years, people are going to look back at like 2023, and they're going to be like, "I can't believe these people used to eat animals." You know,
Yeah,
I can't
sure.
believe. I can't
Sure.
believe they used to. I can't believe how
agree with that.
fucking cruel do you have to be to just sit idly by while chickens are being like force penetrated and slaughtered and vivisected.
And the pigs like,
just so you could get your Mickey D's chicken
That's
nuggets.
What, hit with a log until it died. Bro, I've seen that first person, bro. My uncles got a log and they hit a fucking pig in the head with it till it died and they cooked it. And I was like, how are you guys going to
log?
eat that when you heard it screaming? They
It's
heard it
crazy.
scream. They didn't
Hear
give a
it.
fuck. Those
That-
niggas don't give a... They were probably happy it was screaming. That's like it
Dude,
was
pigs-
probably a good pig.
Pigs are fucking scary. Like when they're screaming, pigs are fucking like you ever see that? There's like a video of like a crocodile or like an alligator dragging a boar into a fucking lake, and it's just like it's whining so fucking
Yeah.
much.
You're
Like
shut
shut up. God damn
You
it.
feel for them. That's why. You're like, oh,
Well,
dude,
that's the whole
ew,
point of
you're
it, like having
manipulating
that
me.
that visceral scream. So like some things will back off, but obviously the predator ain't. Yeah, there's I
That's
saw
like fucking get the
Crocodile
fuck
Komodo
over
can't
here.
dragon.
feel emotions.
A
That
Komodo
crocodile
Get
dragon.
their arms ripped off, bro. They don't give
That
a fuck.
crocodiles can't fucking like alligator ain't no way like they can't make sounds and they can't hear sounds. They're all deaf. They got Raycons
No, they make
in their
sounds,
fucking ears.
but
They're
the sounds they
playing-
make are nightmare fuel.
Yeah,
I've never heard a sound of
Oh, they're
crocodile or
monsters.
like an alligator.
They're
They
monsters.
make terrifying
They growl.
sounds.
They growl. They're like,
I've never heard that in my life.
No, but they growl.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
They
I swear to you, I
growl
haven't.
Like what you think dragons sound like.
Yeah, they're like that's why I feel like dragons exist because they just took fossils and then they see this thing, they're like, oh, that's a baby dragon or some shit.
You know what I think. You know what I think was. And I think there was once upon a time
they sound like they literally like
in like old Europe
crazy.
there were still pterosaurs, I think, and someone saw one of those things and then instantly they were like, "That's the devil." There's nothing that big that should be able to fly.
Well, dude,
and that's
you know
what
those
dragons came from.
Well, it's like those fucking bats. You ever see those bats that are like the size of like a little kid?
yeah, that's terrifying, dude.
That
saw-
shit, like, I guarantee, dude, if you're living in like Transylvania or something and you see a fucking 5'2" bat like flying in the sky, like that's gonna fuck you up. That's gonna your day is ruined.
Dude,
that-
anything
in that
that's
instant.
bigger than you think it should be. I saw a raccoon that was it was so big that it terrified me. It was just casually walking around on the front lawn at night, but it was too big. I was just like, oh my god! Because normally raccoons do not frighten me at all. I think they're adorable. It was so fucking
You guys want to
big.
see something really fucking about that would terrify you? I saw this shit
No.
a few nights ago, and my fucking week was like, oh god, I need to clean out my fucking eyes. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. You're gonna see this.
It's gonna be another fucking ridiculous long string.
It's
of,
gonna
Oh.
be code.
It's gonna be.
see this.
What's the longest
What is
book in
that?
history?
what is that?
Let's see.
I will never forget the day this thing walked onto my foot in the shower.
Oh,
My
I saw
soul left
this.
My body.
Yeah.
What is
yeah,
that?
yeah.
That's not real.
It's a larva. What do you call it? Maggot? Kind of a larva
It's a
thing.
maggot, some kind of maggot.
It's like
It's a
larvae.
rat-tail maggot.
Bro, why are there fucking maggots in your shower?
Hoverfly larvae. Yeah. Yeah. It fucking
Hoverfly?
absolutely
What the
disgusting.
Fuck?
Yeah, rat-tail maggot.
Absolutely disgusting.
That's heinous.
That
Dude,
looks like
I
a
have-
big mutant cum.
Do you know my did I tell you guys I can't believe this happened. In my old house, in my hometown, it was trash night, and this was before the trash cans had the wheels on them. There was the old school ones that you dragged. Just one day, I guess the flies passed through and had a fuck fest because, and I kid you not, I'm not exaggerating, there were hundreds of maggots in line like ants. Like, you know, when you see just ants of like going in line and they found a trail of something and they're all organized, it was just hundreds of maggots in our backyard. And that day made me absolutely despise maggots 1,000%. I hate them so much because if you've ever stepped on a maggot, they pop.
Yeah.
So you're just dragging the trash can to the front and it's just pop, 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 and then just seeing this maggot holocaust, and it was the most disgusting thing ever. I didn't understand how there were so many though, because that would imply that there were just so many flies that just somehow showed up in our backyard. I've never seen that before ever. In anything, I've never seen it before.
That's
since
a baptism of fire, man.
Honestly,
that's a baptism of fire.
Are flies just like I don't fully understand even just the concept of them.
Well, they're supposed to eat they're like the worms and rotting. They're supposed to help, I guess, clear up the area of the disease and all the rotting shit. Like, say for example, if you had a big gash on you, they would put like fucking what do you call those things? Maggots on them to clean up the dead flesh and shit.
And you have necrofied flesh, like if you have dead flesh,
right?
Not live flesh. They just put maggots in an open wound. That's bad.
Well, they're not just putting and then sealing it. It's like you obviously they need to clean the area of the part that. But my point being, at least I understand their role in nature, where they're supposed to be the ones eating the.
But do they like? I guess my thing is like, do they just like appear? Like, what the fuck is that?
What do you mean?
Like if. Let's say you put like a dead body in like a coffin or something, right? And it rots in like a completely enclosed space.
Yeah.
Do maggots like appear?
Absolutely not.
What then? How do they fucking get to where they like? Where do they come from?
Well, they might be in the dirt already.
Flies
they're just in the dirt.
Flies are attracted by the fucking smell, and then they lay eggs.
Well, they might be in the dirt as well. You know,
see,
it's like a lot of things.
Did you know though? People used to think that though. People used to think that flies were conjured out of nowhere.
Dude, it does seem that way.
It seemed like that, but then
like
this guy
still seems that way.
He did a. I don't remember who it was, but he did a test where all he did was just an easy control, where he covered some rotting meat, and then there was no maggots spawning out of it. It was just like a cloth cover or something, and then there was just flies landing on top, but they couldn't get to it. So he was just like, "Oh, it's these pieces of shit that are just stealthily laying their eggs and then fucking off."
Yeah, dude, it's just like sometimes because I barely leave my apartment for any reason. Like my windows are pretty much never open, and even if they are, there's like a screen and all that stuff. And then every now and then, I'll walk into my living room and there'll be one fucking fly, and I'm like, how did you get here? Where did you come? Where the fuck did you come from? Like
Fire.
I don't. And like my assumption would be like, oh, maybe like. I don't know, maybe there's something in the garbage. But then that implies that they just spawned there. So I couldn't, I don't know, man. It bothers the hell out of me.
I think sometimes flies, and they're incredibly fast, that the rare time that you opened your door,
Quick.
it just got by. And I feel like these
Crazy.
flies, moths and stuff are just genetically, are now just, they evolved to hang by your door and wait for it to open, because this is happening at this door. The fucking moths, there's moths, and they just know. They know, go in there. That's where the clothes are. That's where we want to go, in your fucking closet. So as soon as you open the door, they frantically try to get in. You gotta get the fuck out of here.
It's frustrating. Like when I was home in New York for a little bit, like, and it's summer there right now. It's summer everywhere, I guess, except for Australia.
Yeah, not the southern hemisphere.
But like it's fucking. You know, like they're all by the door, like the mosquitoes, and they're there because the light is there. To be fair, that is where the light is. But at the same time, it's like, bro, Go away. Like, there's some mosquitoes, man. I forgot, honestly, how big mosquitoes are.
Ugh.
Like,
Some
because I
of them
went
are
home.
huge.
I went home. And in upstate New York, man, they're large. They're not like UK large, because I saw one when I was video chatting with Marin on fucking Skype like 10 years ago that I could see in the background of his video, and it was like 240p. I was like, there's no reason why I should see. There's no reason why I should see a mosquito in the back of your room at 240p.
You've been to Puerto Rico
That's
before,
nuts.
right?
Yeah, but like not since I was like 7 or something. Like,
Bro,
I
have
was
you ever
a
seen
kid.
the dragonflies there, bro? They sound like RC planes.
Yeah.
They sound like planes. That's why people have iguanas. That's why people don't get mad when iguanas come around, because iguanas kill the bugs. So
At
like
least
this
the
big-ass
dragonflies
fucking
are harmless.
comes and lands on you.
Yeah, dragonflies are
And the iguana's like,
harmless.
I got you. Don't worry.
Dragonflies are harmless, but they're still disturbing. Like there's something. They're not butterflies where it's like, oh. They're
No,
really.
dragonflies can sting you, dude.
Well, I've never been stung by a dragonfly,
They'll
but
sting the fuck out of you. No, they
don't
will.
know.
Well, maybe-
they will
maybe-
100%
maybe in-
sting the shit out of you.
well, maybe in
thought
Puerto Rico they'll fucking
dragonflies
carve
were
your face up. They'll fucking say
passive.
"a Holmes" and then they'll fucking cut you up.
They're not
But,
all
like,
dangerous, but there are ones that will sting the living shit out of you.
I had no idea.
really? Dragonflies?
Let
Yeah,
me
they'll sting you.
verify that, because I've never been aware of that.
Dragonflies sting.
They
Do
sting.
dragonflies
dragonflies bite or
or
sting
sting?
humans? They can't
Dragonflies
sting you.
certainly can't
They won't
sting
bite
you.
you unless severely provoked. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude.
They can definitely bite you or something like that.
Dude,
I've never
they're
been bitten
so
by
passive.
one personally.
I've never even had a dragonfly like accidentally like bump into me.
Are there dragonflies in America? I thought they were like in
Yes,
near
in
the
the
equator and
south.
shit.
Absolutely, they're in the
There's
south.
absolutely
Oh,
dragonflies
in the south. Yeah, in the south. Okay, gotcha.
Well, no, there's dragonflies up by us.
Rarely.
Not really.
I
never saw
remember
one.
I used to see them all the time when I was a kid. Like maybe they're not around no more, but I remember specifically because I remember I had you know what? This might have been at the Botanical Gardens or something.
That might
Or
be
somewhere where they had specifically like dragonflies.
like bugs,
not
like
as-
certain kinds of bugs.
Yeah, you know how in I think it's the Bronx Zoo that has the butterfly exhibit where like you walk through and there's like a bunch of like because I remember my grandmother specifically.
That was the coolest thing ever for me, bro. I love the butterfly exhibit. People are like, oh, they're gross, and I was like, how are they gross? They're so beautiful.
I mean,
Look
they're
at all
insects.
The colors.
Well, people
they are
see
insects.
If you look past the wings, like there was SpongeBob. Yeah, right. That exactly. Like if you look past their wings, they're a bug. At the end of the day,
They're not that. They're not that. There's way worse looking bugs. Like,
Well, there's
because you're taking
all
into
agree?
account of like all of the stuff that's on it versus like a butterfly that has beautiful. If you took the wings off a butterfly, it would just look like a gross bug.
Can we all agree that the least offensive bug ever is a ladybug? The least offensive.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't like if generally without exception, if a bug is crawling on me, I will smack it with such intense speed that I hit it before I'm even aware that I'm trying to hit it. Right? It's just like an instant reaction.
Yeah.
But if I see a ladybug, ladybugs are like the only bug where I'm like, I don't really mind you. However,
They don't bother you. They come on you. They're like, "Oh, I shouldn't be here. My apologies." And if you put your hand near something else, it'll climb off, like with respect, like a respectable citizen. It'll be
they
like,
are-
"Oh, my bad. I'm bad.
I feel like
shouldn't be
that's
here."
I feel like that's also kind of evolution too, where people
Yeah.
not crushing ladybugs as soon as they see them, that they've kind of developed this relationship that they know that it's like street pigeons, man. Street pigeons are so stupid that you can kick one in the face if you wanted to.
I've always
did that
wanted to. I
once.
never did it though.
I never done it, but
That's-
like,
I did that.
aw, you bitch.
I
You're a
did
bad
that for real.
person.
I didn't. So no, I'm not a bad person.
Yes,
so
you
here's
are. You
what.
hit a
Here's my ex.
pigeon.
No, listen. Come on.
Yeah,
Listen. Dude, they move. Okay, they move. You've never like chased them.
They usually
like,
move.
and then if you run up to a group of pigeons, they move. They fly away, and
Sure.
it's fun to make them scatter sometimes. 'cause
Yeah,
they
so
go
like, oh, fuck you.
it's like, yeah, you feel like you have like some weird elemental control over animals.
Ah, fuck you.
And so I ran.
because they only move a little bit. So,
No, they move a lot. They fly away.
They fly a little bit, then they land in like a general area. Like, oh, I'm out of the way. This guy's a weirdo.
No, but if
you know?
you run into a group of them, anyway.
Okay.
The point is, I saw like a big group of pigeons, like a lot. Like I think they were crowded around. Like I think maybe somebody had like dropped a bunch of bread or something, like
course.
just thrown like a shit ton of bread. And so they were a lot on it. And I was like, I have to, if I can make this cloud of pigeons move, it's almost like the way I thought of it was like a pigeon spirit bomb, where I could just like throw like a bunch of pigeons into the sky. And so I ran really fast, like faster than I think I understood I was moving. And some of them moved, but there were so many that it was really crowded. And I kicked one of the pigeons into a fucking van by accident, and it was fine. Like, it was a little dazed, but then it flew away, and I felt so bad.
It flew away and died. It flew away somewhere and laid down and died over.
Because I was like,
me,
Titi, Titi, it moves. It's supposed to move. And she was like, it's fine.
and that bird was getting married that day too.
That bird had babies. It was eating as much as it could to go and throw up in its baby's mouths.
Yeah.
And your fucking demon ass kicked it hard and it died.
You know, I've
didn't
never
mean
seen
to
a
kick
pigeon nest. What the hell do they do?
Dude, they're
Pigeon
gross.
nests are like at the top of buildings and they're fucking gross. They're made with like fucking black girls' weaves and shit. Terrible. You're not even remotely joking. That's what's crazy. It's like if you see a pigeon nest, it's usually fucking like twigs are like maybe 5% of it, and then the rest of it is like it's like rubber bands and like old meat and like EBT
fucking
cards and shit.
Meat and EBT cards.
It's really fucking.
There's any fucking thing you can't put together to put those little niggas in, dog.
I saw one once where like part of it was like a comb with no teeth. You know, like a black plastic stick, and I was like, oh my god, these things are vile. And then, if you've ever seen a baby pigeon too, like
They're
pigeons are fucking
disgusting
really,
looking.
like they are the ugliest. I struggle to imagine an uglier creature that isn't from the sea. You know, like
and they got their fucking mouths open. It's like,
you know what they look like? They look like fucking that. Oh my god, that Muppet who's an alien.
Gonzo?
Yeah, they literally like straight up for real look like if Gonzo was purely like if you ran Gonzo's image through like an AI filter that made it like H.R. Geiger. Like that's like what a fucking baby pigeon is. It's really gross.
Dude. I hate them. They're
I want everybody listening to this episode to Google baby pigeons because I guarantee you will be fucking staggered.
Floored.
Like it would be like if you looked up baby lion and the fucking, you know, that droopy faced fish was what came up.
You know what's crazy? Pigeons and doves are the same birds.
What are you talking about?
You're fucking out of your mind.
No,
a little bit.
Doves are just white pigeons.
Yeah, I love doves.
That's not true.
I love doves. I mean, they're
No, they
definitely
are.
the pigeon family.
That's not true.
No, they're just white pigeons.
That's not true.
Dead serious.
That's not true.
I think they're in the pigeon family, aren't they?
They're just they're just white pigeons.
Nope. Oh my god, this image is so fucking.
I mean, some of them. I'm looking at some of them. They look stupid as hell.
The second image when you Google baby pigeons is like it's this pigeon doing this like fucking like Emperor Cusco like fucking dance or something like in front of a black background. It is heinous.
Bro, serious man, look it up. Doves and pigeons are pretty much the same thing.
Nah, I don't believe you.
Make your heart break.
So I don't believe you. Look, man, a domesticated pigeon is fine, man.
They're actually really useful. In fact,
did you know that if did you see that study where they took a bunch of baby pigeons and they put them in the wild and they grew to like fucking insane sizes?
what?
They're like the size of fucking roosters.
Aren't pigeons always in the wild?
I guess.
No, they're not in the wild. There's no. You're not gonna find a pigeon in fucking Africa, dude. You're not gonna find a pigeon in the Amazon.
I guess if you take them out of like inner cities,
I guess that makes sense. I mean, because it's the same thing with like pigs, or like you see like a wild pig that's all hairy and has tusks and shit, and when you domesticate them, that's the pigs that we know and slaughter. They're
it's
just
insane how
domesticated.
Like, wild pigs are so different from like a standard pig. You know, wild turns into like a warrior. And as soon as they get so fat they can't walk. And it's like, what is this, dude? Man, and also, if you give them meat, if you feed them meat, they go feral.
Dude, pig's so fucking good, man. Like I had there's a new Hawaiian place that just opened up, and goddamn, it's like a pulled pork, but whatever they call it, like Kahlua chicken or Kahlua pig or whatever, and it was the best pulled pork I've ever had. Like
Do you
better
have-
than like carnitas. It was so good.
Do you have you ever had authentic pulled pork where they cook the pig alive and then you actually have to pull the pork off the pig?
I would never do that. I couldn't be around
the
for
pig
that.
alive, and everyone's just standing around listening to the pig squeal.
Wait.
But they're
I saw a
happy.
guy.
Everybody's happy.
Ew! Fucking Derek moved so quick.
Because that's what they do.
I know,
And I hate it.
It was just so accurate. I hated that.
You just imagine you go to your friend's house like, hey, dude, I'm having a barbecue. You want to come over? It's like, yeah, for sure, dude. You get there, you got to stand around. Like, oh, we're about to cook the pig. It's like, cool. The pig comes in alive. He's like, okay. And then they put the pig on the stick and they start cooking it and it's squealing. And everyone's just making small talk while the pig is squealing, getting cooked alive. And you're just like, oh. But you try it's the best pig you ever had in your life, though. It is
so how they-
amazing.
That's
Hey, so
some
how-
fresh
how are,
It died in
ass
pain.
bro.
That's why it tastes so good.
How are things going? How are things going with you and Deborah? It's like, well, I'm just not feeling like.
Yeah, just fucking having a nice.
I love
glass
that
of
idea.
champagne.
That's awesome.
I feel like
Everybody's chilling.
I thought it was like universally understood that the chemicals released in animals in distress make the meat taste worse. So the people that do shit like that, like I think about which I still think is insane that people are still able to do it. And I think most places is cooking seafood alive, where they're just like. And they just throw
They're
it
like
in there and
eating
shit.
it alive too. It's insane.
Oh,
It's
fucking
like,
motherfuckers on the other side of the world that just eat shit alive. That is, it's
Asia's crazy, bro.
like,
Dude, I
I'm
saw
like-
I saw a
Crazy,
2-year-old.
bro.
I saw
So
I saw dude. I saw a 2-year-old in Australia eating the face off of a live baby kangaroo.
I don't think that's real.
I don't
but-
believe
not
that
even
because
joking.
a 2-year-old is so much weaker than a child kangaroo. It's
I feel
outrageous.
No.
Kangaroo's
It
kicking
was they
its face
sedated
off
it.
so hard.
They sedated it. It was a sedated. It was a drug. It was a roofied kangaroo.
Yeah,
a
right.
kangaroo.
Yeah.
What a kangaroo could do to a 2-year-old would be hilariously
when it
sad.
has the Cosby special, man. I mean, I get it. You
Yeah.
can get after it
Dude.
after that.
Yeah. No, a kangaroo would. What a kangaroo could do to a child is fucking kangaroo ridiculous.
It's pretty wild
fucking-
seeing.
It's fucking
ridiculous.
It is fucking scary, dude. They are so. Dude, you know they have talons.
Yeah, on their
I
feet.
had no fucking clue about. Well, I've known for a while, but like when I first found that out, like that blew my mind. That they could disembowel you, like if they wanted.
So
They could punch you.
They'll fuck your ass up.
After it.
They'll
So
fuck your
I saw
ass
this
up.
video a long time ago, Ebon's World, when
he
animals
didn't.
attack.
Why is he
Where
fucking lying?
Where this kangaroo walked up to some guy and it was calm, and the guy was like playing with the kangaroo, like making noise and like trying to just being a stupid person around a kangaroo.
Yeah, fondling its balls.
The kangaroo grabbed the front of him and ripped his stomach open, and then hibbity hopped away. And that was the first time I really saw a kangaroo not be animated. And I was in shock. I was
Dude,
like, what
I gotta
the
say, man,
fuck?
nature is fucking scary. Okay, like I don't know where people get this idea that oh, nature is like this wonderful. Like, dude, nature is fucking evil.
No, nature's
Borderline.
wonderful, but we have to
Brutal.
respect it. And other people don't respect it. That's the thing. It is a wonderful
know,
thing.
man.
It's beautiful.
Nature is like a fucking poltergeist, man. Like there's nothing everything about it is fucking wrong. And like when we
No,
built
it's in
when
fact
we found
right.
when we found out how to build big boxes that we step inside of to shield us from it, that's when everything became okay.
Yes, sir.
Before the big boxes with the holes to go in the boxes, we were fucking derelict.
I
Well-
think nature is beautiful, but I think like at the same time,
You think that what about
Jason-
nature's beautiful?
like seeing like little bit like baby animals like follow their parents, seeing like elephants remember places after like years of going there. Seeing like orcas like swim. Got long distances to
Kingston,
come
you know
back.
what you
Like,
Kingston, how would you feel if you had a little baby and then a mosquito bit its head and filled its head with 40%
water.
liquid?
Yeah, I know. That's shit's crazy. That's terrifying. That
is
shit,
it beautiful? Is it still? Is it still beautiful? Are you looking at it? Are you looking at it? And you're like, oh, how beautiful! Look at nature at work.
No, Chris,
my little baby has a 40% water head because a fucking mosquito couldn't mind its own business.
No, that's obviously it's a coin. There's beauty and terror in it at the same time. There is beauty. There is beauty in like beautiful geysers, and rainbows, and rainforests.
But that's what I think. You're trying to separate the two, and I think they're the same. I don't think there's beauty and terror in nature. I think the beauty is the terror, and people just decide to see it in such a way that it's like, oh, well, I can't be scared because being scared would be scary. So I got to be appreciative.
A geyser,
dude, a geyser by itself is fucking terrifying.
Do you know that when they finish geysing, if you get too close, the disproportion, the shunting
You'll
of
get
space
sucked in.
will pull you in. That is crazy. When I found that out.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm fucking talking about. It's like, oh, look at this beautiful, look at this beautiful little fucking water thing, or like, oh, look at the worms in the fucking glacier or whatever. It's like, why are there worms in glaciers? I saw this white girl get
absorbed by a fucking geyser. She got Kirby sucked in by a geyser. And I was like, well, she is in the planet now. Goodbye.
Good. I mean,
dude, how many people do you think a year die from fucking geyser-related injuries?
All I know is that 100% of them deserve it. That's all I know.
Yeah, nobody steps on a geyser accidentally.
Like, yeah, like you're that close to something. Like you deserved it. It's like seeing the dumb assholes that they're not supposed to be near the animals that they're like, say in certain areas like that in national parks and all this shit, and then they're like, oh, I'm gonna go over here and fuck with like this giant animal like a buffalo or whatever the fuck, and then they get destroyed. Like there's videos of this, and it's like, how arrogant are you? What do you think is gonna happen?
It's the assumption we as humans think that, like, we forget that we are also part of nature. But without our tools, we are very, 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 very killable. We are extremely we can't climb real fast. We can't jump. We can run for a long time, but only if we train that. We don't have that innate ability anymore to run for like an hour, 45 minutes anymore. We lost that trait because we sit down and we do shit like this. So when you go up to like a bear,
have you seen a bison in person? Like, why would you feel like, oh, it's fuzzy? I guess it'll not everything will be fine. Where it could crush you without even trying. It could accidentally just bump you and you'll break your arm or something.
If it turns its head hard enough and it stabs you, you die.
it's so crazy.
If it looks to the side too quick, just to say hello, it could kill you.
A domesticated horse intimidate me. Because all it has to do is just get frightened for something. Something happens, something goes wrong, all of a sudden you're near it and you're dead. I don't understand.
Dead. I don't understand how those animals aren't frightened 24/7. with the amount of things going on around them that they clearly don't understand, really, even slightly. Like, I don't understand how they aren't a frantic mess 100% of the time. If I was a horse, I would not have stopped kicking. I would still be kicking to this day. I would be kicking in a fucking circle. You'd have to get the fucking National Guard to stop me if I was a horse.
Yeah, that shit intimidates me, man.
Anyway,
same when the dog gets too big. Even a dog's some Scooby-Doo type dogs, where I'm like, I hope this guy did a good job raising this motherfucker.
Oh fuck! Yeah, a lot
dogs
of it
aren't
is
scary
really
at all to
dependent.
me. Like most of the time, dogs are really not trying to bother you.
Well, sometimes they just have shitty owners that just.
That's
I was walking around. Yesterday. I went to go get sushi, and then I was walking back, and I found this dog. This raggedy looking like little dog, and it was like kind of like eating off of a bush, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I thought like, oh, is it lost? Because it looked raggedy, and then I called its name, and it had a collar, and I was like doing like, hey, like that inflection that you do to get a dog's attention, even if you're not sure what its name is. It's like, hey, and no response at all. In fact, it looked at me, walked away, and kept looking back at me to see if I was like a threat. And I was like, and I was like, dude, I don't know what to do about this because it's clearly got a collar. It's clearly someone's dog. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to get near this thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm fucking worried. Like, I don't know how fucking it's not acting. It's not acting like a person's dog. It's acting like a person's dog who's been on the street for fucking months. And I decide like I can't. I'm like I can't. I have to at least get the collar just to see what it is. And so I crouch over it, and then it turns out it's some guy who has like a dojo. It's his dog was just wandering around outside, and he walked back in, and I was like, okay, good.
It looked like a dog that was down on its luck.
Dude, it really, I can't even express to you.
I don't know how I should approach you.
It just didn't react like a kind dog, or like a dog it didn't react like a dog that wasn't mid-survival. You know, like you could tell it was like in survival mode, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then it wasn't.
Gross.
So which was concerning to me.
You know what's gross? Even in moments like that, they still kind of want to be your friend. You walk up to them, and it's like, even though it's like fucking starving and kind of angry, like wild, like people like the Caribbean is like these wild dogs, and the dog is like aggressive, and then you give it a little bit of food, and it's like, all right, I fuck with you. Where do you want to go? I'll go where you want, as long as you give me food again. I'm down. I'll kill someone for you. I will take someone else's life for you, unless they give me food. Then it's a little different. Then it's up in the air.
It don't matter.
Yeah,
it don't matter. None of this matters. So, what should we do? Threads is a thing, and Blue Sky is a thing. Twitter's dying. I think Twitter's trying to sue fucking Meta now.
Why?
Because they copied Twitter or whatever.
What the fuck are you doing? At least try to be more subtle about it, man.
Dude, that was awesome. I love that. I love that we got that. That's awesome that we got that. Just trying to open a bag of. Dude tried to open a bag of fucking Gushers.
Like lay it down keep it laid down on the table. Slightly open it. Slightly put your hand in it. But this motherfucker takes it and it's like.
Dude, you know what I do?
It's a cupcake. What I do? I can't open it subtly. It's a cupcake.
Yes, you can.
You gotta be involved with those openings.
No, dude, I am the look at. See, I have graham crackers right here. So when you do graham crackers, you gotta slide it out.
But for the cupcake, I have to at some point do this and bite it. And it's like, what are you
that's
looking at?
fine. What I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear the bag rustling on the fucking podcast.
You know what I do?
Just
you know
a little bit of finesse, man.
You know what I do sometimes? Like sometimes on Sacred, and if I get up and I haven't had enough time to really eat anything, I'll pour like a little thing of cereal, and I'll sneak individual pieces in my mouth, and I'll just let them like dissolve to like jawbreakers.
You just let it dissolve.
Yeah, because I can't crunch them.
Yeah,
you know.
You just put them in your mouth and leave them there.
Lean back just enough, and then you can kind of slightly crunch it.
Yeah, but I don't want to run the risk.
Though. You're right. You
just let it there. You let it bathe in your tongue a little bit.
But like, did you guys
honestly, dude?
Did you guys hear me pull it out of its package?
No, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You just got a little bit of finesse, man. You can't just
Derek's an expert.
You can't just go fucking. This motherfucker just grabs the bag and he's just like, I don't care. I'm hungry.
You might as well have been playing fucking Donkey Kongo while you were fucking biting that cupcake.
See, you got it.
It was the loudest fucking thing in the world.
Now motherfuckers didn't even know that you're eating
Kingston. Now, Kingston, what you said you wanted to talk about something. What did you want to talk about?
Speak your mind.
Hurry up.
I was wondering about the state of China.
All right. Listen, the Threads conference. I don't know. Whatever. There's a new Twitter. We'll see how it goes.
I hope they crush Twitter, but then there's some problems, right?
It's probably gonna at most it'll just like weaken Twitter a little bit. Which is fine. Like I've stopped going on Twitter. Honestly, like I don't. Like, I just don't care about it anymore at all. Because dude, I don't know, maybe you can relate to this too, Derek. But, like, there's just no real... You get nothing as a creator from being on Twitter, really, at all. Like, if you put a link out for, like, hey, I got a new video up, virtually no click-through on anything on Twitter.
Almost nothing.
It's pointless.
If you look at... a great example is that Sound of Silence clip that I put, and then I put the link in it. There is tens of thousands of views. What do we got? Damn it, I just saw it. There's probably, like, just on this clip alone, like, the amount of viewers, 46,000 people saw it. On average, that's obviously an average.
Yeah.
The video itself, clickable video, has like 3 times less than that. It's not even, people don't click very well. The only thing that I got from it was David Draymond saw it, and that, to me, I'm like, that was worth doing it.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, that's
but I mean,
it.
like, but
That's
I mean,
literally
but
it.
generally for most things, that's not even like something that's applicable. Like, you're not gonna have like
nothing.
So
it
it's
didn't
not
help.
worth it.
Him
Twitter-
seeing it did not help boost my fucking. Yeah.
what really cemented it for me is like I had probably the most viral tweet that I will ever have in my life with this fucking grandmother encased in resin thing. Like that thing, I think the last time I checked, it was like it's been freebooted like 1 million times. It has like, I think between all of the reposts of it, it's like literally like 170 something million views or something. Like some fucking insane number, right?
Yeah.
Translated absolutely nothing to me. Like means absolutely jack fuck.
Yeah.
You know? And
Yeah,
so
I
much
think-
of it was like, like cropped my name out, or even if it did have my name in it, it didn't matter because no one fucking like.
They're not going to make their way back to your account.
No,
Yeah.
it's a pointless. Yeah, they're just going to stick with the things that curate those highlights. So it's like whatever, man. Twitter is a messaging platform at this point. Like I think I'm going to go like read only on it. Like I don't see the point in posting really, unless I have like some joke that I think is really only Twitter specific.
Yeah.
I don't really see a point in
Even
doing it
then,
anymore.
is Twitter's become kind of butt lately. It's just not a good app
Dude,
anymore.
and dude, there's so many fucking bots. It's insane.
Bro.
I can't express. I know people are like, "Oh, Elon fixed the box things." Like, dude, no, it is so much worse than I ever remember being. Like, maybe it was worse in like 2012. You know?
Yeah.
But like,
yeah.
For me,
But
bro,
it's-
I keep getting these bots that are like, "Hey, single mom looking for action, send me $15," and I send them the $15, obviously,
And they don't give
Yeah,
you shit,
yeah.
do they?
and then nothing happens. I'm like,
That's
Nothing
some
happens.
bullshit,
dude.
man. That's some absolute bullshit.
dude, I'm
want my money
looking
back.
I'm looking through my message requests right
my money
now.
back.
I'm looking through my message requests right now. It's just this shit.
Yeah.
Where like just some vaguely female presenting profile picture says, "Hey, I'm kind of interested in everything that is unknown to me." I've gotten this exact message. "Hey, I am kind of interested in everything that is unknown to me." Like 1 million times.
the fuck you talking about, bitch?
I sent her $15 and she didn't send me shit back. Dumb bitch.
It's so many of these
Yeah.
in languages I don't speak.
Mine always have OnlyFan links at the bottom that, obviously they're just botted OnlyFan.
Yeah, it's like some lady will be like, "This account is giving over free pussy pics," and like sometimes I'll respond like, "No way, really? Like fucking what?"
Sick, bro.
And then I blocked it. Like, dude,
Free?
it sucks. Dude, it sucks because I generally have a rule where like I don't really block anybody on Twitter. Like I don't, because I just don't care enough. But I've blocked so many accounts because it's just spam. And dude, for a while too, like even before Elon, there were, and I showed you these too, where like there were these tweets that bots would spam of just a screenshot of Elon Musk's Twitter from like 2010 or something. Do you remember these?
No.
I literally sent them to you.
Yeah.
But like we had this conversation before, like because
okay.
everybody was like, "What?" Because everybody's like, "What are you talking about?" And I swear to you, they're not there anymore. Now it's just replaced with like 1 million other fucking random bots. But I don't know, man. It's a mess. Threads is cool. It's fine. It's got no. The best thing about it is it's got Instagram integration, so like all of your Instagram followers basically pool over to that, which is
Right.
pretty convenient.
That's a
nice.
massive advantage because the hardest thing about starting a new social media platform or going on a new one is starting from nothing. And
Right,
now
yeah.
there's a lot of people not starting from nothing. This is so convenient to the point where like, yeah, we've worked. You and I we've all gained an audience and this P2P connection that now remains just by signing up for this thing. But there's a couple of things obviously that are stupid. Like the news feed right now is like 90-something%
Yeah.
just random people.
Yeah,
and not
people
the
you don't know.
Yeah, which is
it's
a
very dumb.
giant mess. The fact that
Garbage.
you can't delete your Threads account without deleting your Instagram.
What?
Which is, yes, that is a thing. That is the dumb. I was like, if they want to grow, the fact that you can't delete your threads without deleting your Instagram is fucking insane. And something that obviously,
that's it.
That's crazy too, because you can delete your Facebook without deleting your Instagram.
Exactly. So what it seems like right now to me is something that they're going to change later, but they're doing it right now to just have the numbers stay so boosted that anyone who creates an account right now is not going to delete it because they're not going to delete their Instagram. Yeah. So which is still fucking just bullshit to me, and I feel like that's going to be enough of a reason for some people not to sign up. And I'm like, bruh, just fucking stop being an asshole.
The thing I like about it though is that I have no fear of being banned from Twitter anymore.
Well,
because I just don't care.
Because
one, I don't care. If I need to post somewhere, I have a place to post, and like I probably won't even really. So like to me, it's just like I really want to post some out of pocket shit on Twitter, and then like for the next like week, I want it to be. Like,
I really want to also, but I want to also, but at the same time, I'm just like, I had a really funny end of Pride Month joke ready that I wanted to use, but I was just like, nah, I'm not going to do that.
What was it? You can tell it here. It's a safe space.
No, I can't.
Come on. It totally is.
I'm like, Pride Month, fuck those niggas so proud of. Fuck they do. And then I had another one where it was just like, I was going to be like, not at that's over. I was going to tweet it at 12. As soon as like, all right, not at that's over.
That's funny.
But
the second one's funny.
But I was just like, no, I'm not going to do that. Because, like, you heard about the Supreme Court shit, right?
Which, I don't know, which one?
Which one?
You're legally capable by law to exclude trans people from certain things.
Oh, yeah. It's like the cake thing, right?
It's like the cake thing, yeah.
Yeah, like, that's not good. That's really not good.
Like, I'm a Christian bigot, and I don't want to serve your kind, and it should be my right as an American. I'm like,
that made me really sad. So I was like,
really,
I'm not going to tweet those jokes. It's not the time.
Yeah.
I guess.
The Supreme Court's going hard in the paint on catering to bigots right now.
I don't like it because it's like, the whole thing is that, like, the argument that they're trying to use contradicts what law should be in the modern day, because separation between church and state. So that means
they don't believe in that
there
anyway.
is no reason to have
want
anything
theocracy
against it.
They want theocracy, though.
I've spoken to a number of like genuine Republicans, and they don't believe in the separation of church and state at all. Like genuinely,
they want a theocracy. They'll ignore. It's all cognitive dissonance.
They will literally say that like it means something else. Like it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. It means I don't remember what their fucking excuse was because it was too illiterate to pay it. It was like the dumbest fucking explanation I've ever.
It's always something.
It's
always something.
It's really
it's always something.
It's
always something
sad.
else.
Yeah.
Like
Whatever
oof.
doesn't work. It's just something. It's like, oh, the founding fathers are so great and this and this and that. But Thomas Jefferson wrote a book taking all the gay ass miracles out of fucking the Christianity because he's like, that shit's dumb. That shit's stupid as hell. These teachings, it's called the Teachings of Jesus of Nazareth, and he took out all the retarded miracles because he's not a fucking child. And then, but at the same time, they'll still revere all those motherfuckers, even though those people were like connected to, Illuminati type stuff where they weren't so like God was a concept and not a big guy with a beard or some shit. But like, it's just whatever they want it to be, and I've accepted that at this point where Gen Z will take care of everything. We failed as millennials. We accept that we failed this country. We did not do anything. We were too apathetic. Gen Z seems way more interested, and I'm like, take care of business, guys.
That's
take
true.
Care of business.
We shouldn't just be like, we give up, because very soon people of our age the millennials are gonna start taking office very soon. Like in like 10
I feel like a
years.
lot of millennials kind of are not signing up for the job, and then Gen Z is gonna pour in their way more. I I understand what you're saying. I'm not.
We're up next, almost. You know,
I'm not
we're
giving
almost
up.
at
I'm just saying.
now.
Look, I'm not giving. I'm just saying, as a collective, we didn't. We were way too. we recognized that we got screwed over, and it made us so apathetic and jaded. And so
we were too busy. We were too busy making fun of fucking. We were too busy making fun of shit that like really didn't matter at the end of the day, instead of like making fun of shit that really mattered.
Well,
it was so easy to make fun of the dumb shit. You know, it was so easy. But then it's like,
there's nothing wrong with
no.
that. The thing to me was just like it's you know I don't have faith in I don't have faith in any generation after this, to be honest. I think everything's.
I have faith in Gen Z, man. They're kicking ass.
I mean,
they are definitely more intelligent than we are. I hate to admit it. I hate to give them that, but they have definitely proven, based on their actions as a whole group, that they are more intelligent.
They're way more involved.
Yeah,
they're way more involved. The activism on TikTok and all these dumbass apps is like nothing I've ever seen before in my lifetime. And I feel good that because they have a little bit more self-preservation than us, that they'll take care of business at the end of the day. They seem way more interested in like fixing things than us. We were kind of like, c'est la vie. We're like, yeah, you know, like fucking, well, if the world explodes, like for later, what are we gonna do? And they're like, well, let's actually try to not have it happen. I'm like, hey,
we point fingers.
It.
They're just like, well, we could probably fix it, but we point fingers. They're like,
yeah.
Thanks, mom and dad.
Yeah.
I think everybody assumes that, or I think everybody assumes that the next generation is going to fix it, and it's just never true. It's
That's
just
crazy.
Literally, it has
boomers,
never
the
happened.
people that gave birth to the baby boomers did not assume they were going to fix
There has been no
shit.
generation like Gen Z that has been, because they never had the power of the shit that they have now. There's never been anything like that.
They still don't really have they still don't, though.
Well, they are, because Gen
mean.
Z people are fucking adults now. Not all of them, but they're getting up there. Like, they're going to start affecting policy, and they're not going to put up with this fucking lobbying shit. I don't think they are. I can be totally wrong, but I feel like you are a millennial and you are apathetic. I get it.
I am jaded is what I am. I'm not apathetic.
Well,
I am very I'm pathetic. Okay? I'm not apathetic.
Look, man, I was so fired up in my 20s, and then I became jaded too. 100%. But
I would say I'm not jaded yet. I still believe in good things, but the thing is that I'm fucking crazy.
Fucking dummy. You fucking
I'm
dummy.
fucking crazy. So that's the thing. It's like when I start caring too much, I get sad and sick.
The thing
I have to stop caring.
The thing that I believe is genuinely like the biggest problem, and it seems like a small problem, but it affects the way that people communicate, is the focus on language above
context,
material action. Like, I feel like, it reminds me of there's like a famous Carlin bit that I love to this day, where he talks about soft language and the avoidance of talking about like real things in blunt terms to avoid
like the political correctness kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not even that though. It's because political correctness is one thing, because it's like I don't even necessarily think that that's like a left or right thing. Like, the right's inherently politically correct in the sense that like
it's it has no partisanship.
Yeah. It's all fucking bullshit. But like, to me, it's just like, dude, we really gotta be able to just say like just blunt shit. Because we can't communicate otherwise. And there's like
really
a lot of
agree.
people who talk past each other because like their understandings of the same concepts are like different, and then they get hung up on talking about it's so much semantics, you know, like where it I don't know, man. I think that's going to be a big sticking point where it's like they do have a lot of potential, but they've got to fucking.
Look,
I don't know, man. You got to drop the fucking.
You see the writing on the wall.
Language.
I see the soft. I agree with that. One thing that I've just seen though, the writing on the wall of the reality of what's been happening because of like strategic long game politics and lobbying and shit, and us just being kind of like hopeless or seeing it as hopeless, like this is bullshit, this is the system. I see these motherfuckers like being like, we're going to infiltrate the system. I see people like I watch some political shows, and I see like a self-awareness that I've never seen before, that I feel like when we're in our 40s and shit, we're going to see these motherfuckers really start to like not put up with. There's going to be like a billion, and people on the right may not want to hear this, but there's going to be like a bunch of AOC types, aggressive, like aggressively progressive people that are like, hey, people need health care and they need this and they need that. Like, they're getting involved. And
Right.
no, but like, we'll see what the fuck happens. I could be 1,000,000,000% wrong.
The thing that's
and
going to be
literally
nice-
the president becomes Ronald McDonald or something. Like, I could be totally wrong.
They resurrect Ronald Reagan as Reagan 2 somehow, and it's like
Reagan
no.
The thing that's going to be nice for them is that there's a lot of people who have been in power for a very, very, very long time throughout our entire lifetimes who have been very old the entire time. And at some point during their tenure, like, a lot of these people are gonna fucking die, and it's gonna be great. That's gonna be nice. We didn't unfortunately have that. We did not have that opportunity.
Glory, hallelujah,
of that
bro.
great culling. But like, they'll.
Everyone that makes
believe
over
that
$3
guy's still
million
alive.
in salary just starts dying.
Eat your children.
They just start dying rapidly.
For real though, like, dude, like, there was some of the people in government are so. Are so phenomenally old that it should be fucking illegal for them to
who's
hold
that
that
chick that had like a brain something happen to her?
I don't know.
Fuck, who is she? She was I can't even remember. There's this fossil right now that is in Congress that had some trouble to the point where someone asked her. I wish I remember her name.
Dianne Feinstein?
That sounds right.
She's 89, by the way.
And she had something happen to her, like her brain or some shit. And she was out for a while, and some people asked her, like, hey, like, does it feel good to be back? And she legitimately, no cap, was like, what are you talking about? I never left. Like, she, not even jokingly, she is so out of her mind that she didn't even remember that she was out for a while. And I'm like, that is a useless husk at this point. And they're just keeping her around.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So sad, bro.
You should.
makes
You
me
should.
so
There
bewildered, bro.
there really
Like,
should be an
like,
age limit on that.
There
stuff.
must
There
be.
needs to
there
be.
at least needs to be a cognitive of test. There needs to be a test.
No,
that you,
at 65, you're
Dude,
out.
even-
at 65,
dude,
you're out. You're out.
dude,
nigga,
You're
like
gone.
even-
you're
just
gone.
like driving. Don't they do it with driving? Like,
Yeah.
Past
So why
70,
would
you
they-
can't drive on your own anymore.
Dude,
Go
I gotta say, man, like, it's. There are so many. So the situation,
funny.
right, is that you just have these. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the FTC thing that's been happening, because Microsoft and the FTC have been kind of fighting in court over the Activision acquisition, which is like one of the biggest acquisitions in fucking history and for the games industry. It's like billions and billions of dollars, and so it's going through the FTC, and they are like, this corporation is battling with this government agency, and it's not necessarily that these people are old, but like, they clearly don't understand what the industry is, because while they're not 89, they're also not young enough to understand what the fuck this even means.
yeah.
You know, because the shit that they were asking, like, blew my fucking mind. I couldn't believe.
Same as the TikTok thing. And that fucking TikTok thing where they had that guy from Singapore there to ask me a question. He was like, are you guys
Oh
stupid?
yeah.
That was awesome.
He was like, do you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
not
when
know
they
what
were
we're
like-
talking about?
when they were like, does it connect to my internet?
My Wi-Fi.
My Wi-Fi? Can it download my medicine off my Wi-Fi?
You lying Asian bastard. He's like,
That
are you
nigga
guys
was like,
stupid?
He was looking like, yeah, if you're home and connect to your Wi-Fi, like, what the fuck are you asking me?
It's an insane question. It's a question that only somebody who's too old to be doing this job is going to ask. Like, I'm sorry, like, you can't,
Bro.
If you don't understand what
Does
Wi-Fi
it
is,
steal my Wi-Fi? It's like, doesn't necessarily steal it.
Guys,
It connects to
Guys,
it.
did you see, I forgot this happened. Did you see RFK Jr. went on Joe Rogan's podcast? And this guy, look, people say not to make fun of his voice. They say not to make fun of his voice because
Robert F. Kennedy
Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy
JFK's
sounds
kid?
like that guy sounds like his dad was a cigar, man. Like,
Is that JFK's kid?
no,
It's
No,
Robert.
that's
Robert.
JFK's
It's Robert
Robert's
Kennedy's
kid.
It's
Robert
Robert
Kennedy
Kennedy's
Jr.
kid.
Okay,
RFK Jr.
Robert Kennedy Jr. is JFK's kid.
My apologies. I made a mistake. Whatever. Continue.
I love it.
Continue.
I love it. But like, yeah, people say not to make fun of his voice, but there's a filter.
Whatever, fuck you.
There's a filter on TikTok or Instagram, whatever, that makes you sound like, and like that's how this motherfucker talks too. He's like, and I was like, dude, this is crazy. I don't know how he does that with his voice, but anyway, this guy
He sounds like he gives speeches the way SpongeBob laughs.
If people haven't heard, go listen to this guy speak. I can't believe the shit that he said, but mostly I can't believe Joe Rogan's reaction. This guy was like, Wi-Fi opens up the blood-brain barrier and it gives you tumors. It's called leaky brain. We call it leaky brain. And then Joe's like, is that real? And then they find a website that supports that fucking bullshit, crazy batshit thing. One website, like Jamie's like, oh, I don't know if this is real, but there's a website that says this. And then Joe goes, oh my God, we got to get rid of Wi-Fi. And I was like, I was like, I can't believe this is happening. This fucking dumb asshole lawyer, and he goes, I have like 200 people that are cases of have brain tumors behind their ear, and if they would just hear our case, it would be over. And I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean?
It's the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is coming to get
This
you.
nigga literally said Wi-Fi is opening up the blood-brain barrier and causing what you would call leaky brain, which destroys the mitochondria, and then you get
Leaky
cancer.
brain.
And I'm like, Wi-Fi. I was like, nigga, he said he had like 200 cases. And I'm like,
Did he use the word
shouldn't you have-
mitochondria talking about blood?
Bro, do you know what else he said? He said this a long time ago. He said AIDS isn't, you don't get HIV the way that you think you do. You get it through debauchery, gay shit, and fucking and doing poppers and shit. Like literally, there is him saying this, and Joe Rogan's like, "I'm gonna get this guy on the fucking podcast." And
We
here's
gotta hear we gotta hear this guy's opinion on the blood-brain barrier.
It's the funniest shit. And then there's a actual virologist. There's this guy who's actually like, this guy was taking the power away from like, because you know the companies with Pfizer and shit, they wanted to patent all the vaccines and make everybody pay and all this shit. But this one guy, this one scientist, he's working with vaccines that patent free and gave them to a lot of third world countries. So he's helping fight the big pharma. But everybody, all the conspiracy theorists are against him because they're retarded. And they're like, Joe Rogan literally asked this guy, you should come on and debate RF Kennedy Jr. And this guy's like, no, I'm not going to debate this fucking crazy asshole. Like, he's not. But, like, literally Joe came out because that guy was saying, Joe, this guy's been talking shit about me. And people are literally showing up to my house now, harassing me because you had him on the podcast. And it was the wildest thing I've ever seen of like, I can't believe this feels like AI to me, like a scenario that I was like, oh, that's not real. Somebody made this whole thing
Joe
up.
Rogan died many years ago, and he's been replaced by Joe Rogan, like some AI Joe Rogan or something. Because I don't know what I don't know if it's CTE. I don't know if it's.
Hold on. What the bro? Where's your fucking mic? What are you doing?
What is he doing? What?
You're talking and your mic's nowhere near you.
The moment Joe Rogan said he hated California for the policies, I was like, he's gone. He's gone now. Now he's really gone. When he said, quote, we got to get rid of Wi-Fi, end quote, I was like, he is officially not.
Yeah.
I just don't even.
You're beyond the. You're at the event horizon, man. Like if you're you're at a point where you're like, if you think Wi-Fi is like leaking people's brains into their blood-brain barriers or whatever the fuck, it's like you're out of here, man. Like you're gone.
It's
like
too much.
It's over. You're a Mr. Crocker now. Like you're fucking. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I've never really had that much of an issue with Joe Rogan just because I don't really listen to him and I don't really care. But like, dude, he's off the fucking plot. I think. And you know what's crazy? It's like there's all these health problems that are happening, right? Where it's like I don't know, man. Just different types of sicknesses kind of showing up, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's the fucking." I saw a good joke like a couple of weeks ago about like the submarine was vaccinated and that's why it imploded. but like
That's great.
I like how everybody's like it's the vaccine's doing this, and it's like, bro, have you just not considered the fact that there's like plastic in all of our rain now? Or like any number of other things are wrong. Like the fact, like when I saw that, like that news report that said there's plastic in the rain, I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding.
It's everywhere, brother.
That is insane.
It's everywhere.
Not that insane, bro.
I don't.
Not that
No,
insane.
no. It's not insane in the sense that it can't possibly be. It's insane in the sense that it's gotten to a point where that's even possible.
Yeah.
Like that would be like, oh yeah, that tree is part Volvo. Like, what the fuck do you say to that? That's crazy.
The moment
cool.
I
That'd be
stopped
pretty
being,
cool.
cause when I found out there was there were trash islands in the ocean, and one of them is the size of Texas, if not bigger. I was like, oh, okay.
That sounds. I don't know. Texas.
Look it up, bro.
That sounds unbelievable.
I think it's much bigger than Texas, but look it up, bro.
No way, it's bigger than Texas.
Sounds
Texas is
Look it up.
huge.
Look
But
it up.
it is big.
Let's
Look it up,
see.
man.
It is big.
Trash island size. Let me see. Yeah, the first thing that pops up is saying size of Texas, size of France. Let's see what happens. The estimated size of the garbage patch is 1.6 million square kilometers, or kilometers, however you want to say it. About
Twice the size of Texas.
twice the size of Texas and 3 times the size of France.
That's when you guys
crazy.
said that, there was no stress in my face because I saw that and I was just like, oh.
The fact that
That's
it's
crazy.
twice the size of
Void.
Texas made me like what?
So is Texas just not as big as I think it is?
No, Texas is huge.
Massive.
Texas is
No,
bigger than
Texas
most
is-
countries.
Texas is
Texas
bigger.
is bigger than France.
Isn't there that website? Real size.
So you can see the rest of
map?
no, but Texas is huge. Texas is a you don't
True size of, yeah.
Guys,
Texas
Texas
is
is
fucking
bigger than
huge.
France.
yeah, that's to put in perspective, right?
Yeah, but yeah, okay.
And France is bigger than most of
Holy
the countries
shit.
near it.
There's a great fucking like right off the Pacific. What's right by dude? Hawaii must smell like shit, man. It's right by Hawaii.
That's crazy. That's crazy that something that big would be that close to Hawaii.
I can't believe I didn't know about this massive garbage patch.
I knew about it.
There's three of them out there.
I knew
Yeah, I'm
about
sure
it.
there's
I didn't,
more.
I knew about it. I didn't know it was that big though.
Told you.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Ooh, yeah. Wow, dude. Yeah, because there's a graph showing how big it is comparative, and I'm like,
I've been
Can't
looking.
fit,
That's been in my brain since that's been in my mind. First of all, it's been that size, bigger than Texas, since I was in 6th grade.
okay.
So it's
That's
just
bad.
been there.
That's
I mean,
bigger than probably.
And you think this is? I was just actually thinking about this earlier about
Twice
'cause
the size
was,
of Texas.
I heard Joe Rogan say another thing, and this is kind of relevant because he was saying that all of this shit that people are outraged about, like the Bud Light thing, like I think it's like a conspiracy. If you're conspiracy minded, it's a distraction. And I was just thinking, finish that thought though, like a distraction by whom? Who's doing it? Like, because it's there. He's consuming media that's telling him these things, right? Like that whole Bud Light thing only happened because there was a trans influencer that had a post, one Instagram post that I'm like, how did any of these people find out about this shit? Somebody was like content farming, whatever the fuck they were doing, and then they blew it up, right? It did not need to get as big as it did, and then they boycotted for them to lose billions. And I'm like, imagine if these people put even just 5% of that effort into fighting the oil tycoons, so those trash islands don't fucking exist. Like, just imagine if they care more about a singular trans woman having a picture of one beer can. Literally one, can't even buy it. It was an Instagram post, not even a commercial. They care infinitely more about that dumb bullshit than fucking 3 times Texas. Like, that's crazy.
It really it is on the same level of like of back in the day when people would complain about like, I don't know, oh, this character in this female character in this video game is dressed too fucking inappropriate. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
yes.
Like this is so not important at all.
Not
Like
important.
I don't understand. Like, why do you care?
Right.
I don't know. It's difficult for me to fucking fathom. Like, I
It's
can't.
at the point now. We're at
Yeah.
the point now where it's almost like, if you're not helping fix these problems, then just delete them. Just delete them. Just like you can't be here anymore. It's at the point where it's like you.
Yeah.
I'm at the point now where, like, once upon a time I would be like, no, you shouldn't just be like threaten violence on people that are in like making things worse. You have to inform them why and teach them why they're wrong. But it's like at this point now, it's just like, look, if you're not here to make this planet better, we're gonna have to put you to sleep. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the thing. It's everybody. Well, that's the thing. It's like everybody thinks they're doing that, right? And I think that's. I think that's kind of.
And also the idea. Another problem is that facts don't matter anymore. That when you throw facts at people, people dispute it with half knowledge, which is the most dangerous thing in the human world. Is half knowledge. And that's become so prevalent with the internet. There's a litany of half information. Like even West earlier, right? I'm glad we redacted a statement about the fucking bears, right? But there's so many people that live and swear by these pieces of information that they don't finish looking up exactly why X is caused by Y. They're just this is just how it is because this, and it's like, no.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
No,
I mean, that's all that whole.
It's part of why it's that way.
That's all that like fucking Bud Light thing. Or I just heard some shit. I saw that Greta Thunberg tweeted something out 5 years ago saying, hey, if we don't start undoing some of the damage that to the environment, like within the next 5 years, we're doomed. Like we're fucked. But then some dumb this libs of TikTok chick, she took that tweet and she's completely retarded. So she misunderstood what it meant, even though I just told you guys what it is. She said, "It's been 5 years, Greta Thunberg. How come we're not all dead?" And I'm just like,
no, you don't understand. We're trying to make
insane.
it so
And then, that's not even
sea
grammatic.
levels don't raise, and the coast is.
Right.
You're trying to make it so the coast doesn't start in Louisiana. That is what we're trying to make it so in 20 years, New York doesn't exist anymore.
Stupid.
Well,
she completely misunderstood what Greta was saying, which is it wasn't even complicated.
No.
It was just one of those things, and then guess who regurgitated that? The #1 podcast in the world, Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is where it gets. So now his tens of millions of fans heard that, and they're like, "Oh, Greta Thunberg's so stupid. She said we were gonna die in 5 years." And I'm like,
what happened? It's the Al Gore shit too, dude. Al Gore came out there, right? And he was like, "Hey guys, dead serious. This is not funny. It's not a joke. This greenhouse effect is going to fuck us over eventually." And everybody was like, ha ha ha. And we made a joke. Everybody made a mockery of this man. Everyone made fun of this man. Everyone laughed at this man.
Well, dude, a lot of it is genuinely just like the people present, like, because there are people, unfortunately, who are just not the best people to deliver information. And I think Al Gore was one of those people where it's like, dude, you really should have had anybody else.
The wet paper bag of charisma, dude.
Yeah, just the worst kind of like, not like
serious,
evil
guys.
or like malicious, but just like a fucking, just unfortunately, people need to be entertained by the people who are giving them important information. I know that's insane as a concept.
That is so stupid.
But it's
such a stupid
but it's
thing.
real. It's why salesmen are salesmen. You know, if someone's trying to give you information, they need to be personable, and like that's what opens them up to receiving information. That's why salesmen are what they are.
And salesmen, here's the thing: salesmen did not come up with the plans. There are people who are crafting things, and salesmen now take that information, they sell it to people. Just like there's people that write the plays, and there's actors that present the play. So you have presidents that take these ideas from people, so on and so forth.
Yeah, you can't have the writers act in the show because they're just in all likelihood. Because in all likelihood, and in the same way, by the way, that you can't have somebody who's like a scientist or like a virologist who's like very, very intelligent jump into a debate.
Because
that's not a skill set. That's a different skill set. It's also just I don't know. Debates I find pointless.
Watching debates.
Debates are 1,000% pointless.
Yeah. I've been watching debates lately, and the way debates go on, especially the internet era debates, because I watched a few debates back in like poli-sci class. You have to watch debates, right?
Right.
Where you see like older debates like in the 70s and 60s that are genuinely respectable encounters. They're actually like people come there, they come with their facts, they give each other the facts, and it's respectable. Like it's not like any like stupid jab insults. They're just debating. And then whatever happened with these internet debates, they're horrible. There's just people speaking over each other, like just trying to insult. It's like instead of people just being like, "Hey, look, I'm trying to just get your idea. I don't want to be rude to you. I disagree with what you're saying, let's just have a conversation and figure out if we can find a middle ground on it. Instead, it's like Ben Shapiro ass motherfuckers that people think are great at debating. When all this nigga does is just talk over you and speak and ask the same question over and over again, and people don't answer questions. It's just so
right.
Like,
it's
what
like,
is this?
You know, the Majority Report. Emma Vigeland. She went on Tim Pool's podcast, and here's the thing. If you look at, say, moderate people and center left and then people to the left, they all thought Emma crushed and she heavily embarrassed him, which she did. Objectively, if you're being honest, if you watched it, she did a very fucking good job.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you looked at Tim Pool's fans, which since I watched so many clips of that debate, I didn't watch the entire thing. I was no way I'm going to watch 2 hours of Tim Pool.
Who's it again?
Straight.
Tim Pool versus who?
Emma Vigeland. She's from Majority Report. And so you just watch clips of it, and like they have clips on their own show, Majority Report, just discussing it, for example, so here's the thing: if you watch Tim Pool, people that are fans of Tim Pool, they think he destroyed her. So at the end of the day,
it's a fucking Rorschach test, dude.
what happened? So like this guy, she got embarrassed. Oh, he destroyed her. And you know the funniest thing of that whole thing, because there's only one takeaway from that. You don't even have to watch it, guys. So this is how you know Emma embarrassed Tim. They did the show. Tim was like, all right, that was whatever. Do you want to hang out after? Like, we're gonna get some food. We're gonna play some poker and all this shit, at the compound. And she's like, nah. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm out of here. He was so mad about that he came on a show the next whatever day or whenever it was, and was like, yeah, from talking to her, all I could really gather is that she doesn't want to take these sexually explicit things out of school, so I can only think she wants to fuck kids. And he just literally calls her a pedophile. And there's this long-haired guy that's on the show that's like, nah, dude, like, you didn't even let her finish talking. He's like, no, she is. You need to wake up, dude. Like, he was literally being so unreasonable. And he was so mad that he called her a pedophile on the show to let you know that is someone who lost.
The thing about Tim Pool that's confusing to me is that, he operates like a satire, and I can't tell. You know what I mean? Like,
How so?
Do you remember that clip of him where he's like, I've had trouble finding like dates or whatever, and I've had trouble
yeah.
And he goes like, and I know the problem. I don't know what the problem is, but I know it's not me. It's everybody else. And he says it with absolute sincerity, even though that's like, it was so on point that I was like, is that a joke? Like it was so.
You've got to be kidding. You've got to be
kidding.
Right?
It was just so stupid that I couldn't accept it as real.
It should be a joke.
And so, I don't know, man. He's what I think is really happened with Tim Pool. What I think is really happened with Tim Pool is that he built that compound and he doesn't leave it, and so I feel like he's just surrounded by people who want his approval in this building that he has absolute autonomy and control over, and I think that's fried his fucking brain. I think when you don't spend time with average people, and when you don't fucking go outside, and when you just lock yourself in a fucking fortress he lives in like a place that Solid Snake would break Sokolov out of. It's fucking crazy. Like this place. It's got 2 skate parks. It's like it's this huge place. It's like, dude, you're out of touch, man. Like, you're
very
gone.
much so.
Like, you're far, far gone.
I will say that,
and I don't know what's going on.
Go ahead.
These things that are like this the world is like
it's crazy, man.
Like, even like right now, right? Like the
God bless.
whole woke
right.
Argument back and forth, right? People,
the woke panic.
There's this thing going on, like, and people are like, "Oh, Marvel wokeness." Now, I do agree. Marvel has a lot of things that they try to push certain characters, certain demographics, certain places. They've been doing it for a long time. It's not new. It's literature. If people read and existed in a state where they could see things change actually, and they weren't recently abrupt things, like, obviously Miles Morales in 2012 was a character pushed forward by Brian Michael Bendis, a black Latino character. There's characters like in Giant Size X-Men. Anyone that knows Derek probably understands this. When they introduced a new team of X-Men, including Wolverine, a Canadian, Storm, an African woman, Proud Star, a Native American, Robert DaCosta, a South American. They've been doing stuff like this for a long time. But like, someone is like, I watched a video where some guy was like, Marvel's woke brigade is ruining the Punisher. Punisher used to be a big stable of authority, and it's like, Punisher has literally never been a character about authority. He hates authority.
He kills cops.
He kills cops. He literally kills cooking cops.
Yes.
It is crazy. That is one of the most crazy things to me is when I see cops with Punisher shirts.
That's
And it's
awesome.
like,
I
you know,
love
he
that
would
so
kill
much.
you. He would
I
kill
love that.
you.
Like that, honestly, that blows my
I
mind
love
when I
that
see it.
so
I'm like,
much.
bro.
So currently, right now, right? He's they
I
changed
love
the
it.
Punisher style. He is actually currently the leader of the Hand right now, the opposition group that the Daredevil was fighting in the show.
Sure.
And they were like, he's so much less gory. He doesn't use guns anymore. And it's like he still uses guns. He walks into his fucking his place where all his guns are, and they're all hung up. And he talks about how much he loves what they do to people. Obviously, he's running with ninjas now, so he's gonna use swords. Duh. That's granted. Not to mention, in a comic, it's literally him shooting some guy in half like in Expendables. And there's people, and he changed the symbol to literally like an Oni mask because he's leading a team of ninjas right now.
Yeah.
And people are like, "This is the wokeness changing." It's like, no, it's just change.
Look,
it's
man,
just change.
Those people, they figured out. It took them a while. No, and it took them a while to figure it out that just basically be Rush Limbaugh, be Glenn Beck. They figured it out. It took a while, but then they're like, oh, being outraged by anything you can get your hands on, that maximizes profits. That's all it is. Because, like you said, the diversity thing has always happened. I always talk about like one of my favorite characters in like animated series was being Jon Stewart. And I loved how he was. I loved he was written. I thought he was put in great in the show. I'm glad he was there instead of Hal Jordan. And that was literally for diverse purposes. They're like, we need more diversity than just the whole fucking Justice League just being white people.
You know what's funny? You know what they did? First they made Hal, then they made a redhead, then they made a nigga, and then they made Rick and Kyle. It's like,
yeah, they need some more white niggas after that. And they're like, all right, we've gone down to what?
Now it's to Hispanics.
Kyle's Hispanic?
Kyle's not Hispanic, but Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz, they're both Hispanics.
Okay.
I don't know.
Unfortunate, but
I don't know
yeah.
what you're talking about.
You're just talking about the Lanterns.
The new Lanterns.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
they're not even new anymore. They're like 10-year-old characters. They're very old as shit characters.
You can go back. You can keep going back. Dude, I saw a post. They were talking about the whole like, oh, whitewashing. I can't remember what it was exactly, but somebody tried to make a point. What if they made X white? What if they made Nick Fury white? And then everybody was like, who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell this motherfucker?
Crazy.
Who's gonna just showing you that these guys
don't know what you're talking about.
They don't know
what they're talking
shit. They're just trying to get people riled up. And I wish
let's make Nick Fury. That's crazy.
I remember,
crazy.
I remember back in the day when I was like kind of segueing out of that political stuff, and people were like asking me like, "Are you going to talk about Comicsgate?" And I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, what was that? I don't remember.
And I also don't care enough about comics to even talk. Like, what the? I don't care.
Do you remember what that was?
I don't care who the fuck. No, I don't. I still don't know. I had so little interest in it. It's great, dude. I haven't. I can't. I don't. The last comic I read was. I think literally like the Spider-Man 2 visual, like the graphic novelization of the movie.
Oh.
Like in like 2005 or something. Like
wow.
I am not a comics person at all. Like I don't fucking care at all.
Fair enough.
And so like people were like,
the world is making me less and less of a comics person, which is really sad. The planet, the people that are writing it, the people that claimed, dude, I was arguing. People on Twitter are saying that Spider-Man is as smart as Reed Richards in the comics, and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Spider-Man. Look, man, I'm not a comic book guy, but like that's even just from the sound of that sounds like it shouldn't be real.
Spider-Man is not even top 50. He's intelligent, 100%. Without a doubt, he's a super intelligent, but like this, it's like this is people that don't know what they're talking about, or they're reading things and they're taking their own interpretation out of it.
I gotta say, man, though, like it's the web shooters, really. It's like the fact that he made web shooters kind of makes it seem like he is kind of that level of like, how the fuck do you figure this out as a
he made web shooters because of the fact that fit with his motif. But no one else needs web shooters because they can just make better shit than that. Like,
Yeah,
Tony Stark
I
doesn't
know.
need web shooters because Tony Stark can just make a gun that blows up a city. He
No, I
doesn't need to
understand.
make web shooters, you
No,
know?
I
He
get it.
It doesn't need that.
But I always felt like Peter Parker should be like really smart, but not like a fucking, not like this insane, like not like a genius.
He's
Yeah,
extremely
this-
Peter Parker. I think if Peter Parker was allowed to grow, like if his character actually aged, when by the time he reaches his 40s, 50s, he might be like top 10, 20 most smart people on the planet. 100%. I give him that. But the Peter Parker we have right now he's just not that.
Yeah.
All right.
He's got too
Well-
much shit in his mind to be a fucking smartest man on the planet.
I don't
Like,
know.
what?
Let's
I hate internet.
You want
niggas,
to take
Y'all
a
make
break
me
and get us
mad.
some questions, nigga?
Yeah, let's take a break. We'll be right back from these messages for some questions. Have you ever spread your urethra open to the size of a football and you get something stuck down there? Clean it out with VacuPro. Get that little seed out of there. Get that big watermelon seed out of that urethra there. Back to the show. That was our sponsor, VacuPro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The idea of doing that and then having to get it, because you open it as big as a football, you put a football in there, right? And now it's a football in your urethra, and now you got to grab the top of the football and somehow use that to pull the whole thing out.
Have you ever opened a Dragon Ball Z toy that you got from the pharmacy that came with those little Dragon Balls, and you shoved one of those Dragon Balls down your urethra, and then you tried to do it 3 more times, and then they're stuck there, and you can't pee?
No, you leak pee. You don't pee. You just leak out.
It sprays. It's like a high five of streams.
Vacuum, bro.
Dude, there are women who don't believe that happens. That the stream forks.
Yeah, they're dumb.
Like I've said that to people, and they're like, "That's not real." And I was like, "No,
stupid.
it
Why-
happens."
That's
Why would
why.
why would they not believe that?
I don't know. I guess it's just difficult to comprehend for them, which I guess.
Why would I not? Why would I believe
Well,
the
'cause
fact
they
that you
don't-
have your
they don't-
period every month and you still get mood swings and you still have your stomach still hurts about it?
How do you
Like, what?
bleed for 5 days and you're not dead? What is that? That's
What the
magic.
fuck?
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
Like,
that's demon
That's
shit.
magic.
Is what that
women,
is. What
bro.
that is.
Shit.
All right,
Can't
moving on,
stand
we
those
gotta-
bitches. Lily's out there hearing all this shit, bro. Hearing me say all this wild shit.
Yeah.
You think she listens to this?
Yes, she does.
She pretends to listen. She's like, I'm supporting. She'll like literally play for 3 seconds just so it counts as a play and turns
She'll
off.
She'll play it on mute in the background while she listens to fucking Lana Del Rey or whatever the fuck she listens to. What,
Dang. That's,
what is?
I like
what is-
Lana Del Rey more than she likes Lana Del Rey, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
I like it more than she does.
Yeah.
And I really like it that much. That says so much about it.
Is Lana Del Rey
alright.
English or is she American?
I don't know.
She's
I
English.
can't tell anymore. The second I
Is
found out
she-
AC/DC was Australian, I lost. I no longer care, man. Like that really shattered any
I think about
expectation
that
I
every
had.
once in a while. Every time I hear AC/DC, I think about talking about that on the podcast.
I wake up in a cold sweat every single morning, and when I wipe the cum off my chest from sleep coming,
Yeah.
I always think about the fact that AC/DC is Australian.
From sleep coming. If you're coming in your sleep, that's crazy, bro.
I mean, isn't that what a wet dream is?
Yeah,
That's
you don't
never
keep
happened to me before. Like, actually.
I have one distinct dude. I was like, why are my balls frosted? So I must have came a little bit, bro. It was dope.
Frosted.
There was fucking ball hairs.
That is such a fucking
There-
horrible way to say that.
It was on my it was on my there was what I had to unless somebody literally put frosting or like glaze, like from a donut.
Yo, I
they
fucking
just-
hate you, bro. I
they put
hate you.
glaze on my ball hairs.
I
That's what it
realized
looked
I
like.
hate you. During these you speaking, I realized I can't fucking stand you.
But
that
that was
shit
like
made
one-
me so mad, bro.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta deal with a little bit of glaze on your balls. You know what I mean?
Anyway, let's move on to some questions.
Disrespected. You said my balls were frosted.
The Rollin' Thunder wrote in. This is Hey John Halo,
Thunder.
John Mass Effect, and Sween. What is something someone insisted to you that is the greatest thing ever, and when you finally tried it, you were woefully underwhelmed? For me, I have a friend that swears Mass Effect Andromeda was good.
I
mean-
keep seeing that every once in a while, but I just don't trust those people. They're the same people that said Walking Dead Season 8 was good. And that was torture for me to get through. It was absolute fucking torture.
Yeah.
It was on par with Season 8 of Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones Season 8 was more disappointing because that was the end of the series. That's it. But the writing was just as bad. So I don't
Anyway.
trust
Fed up
people
with
that say that. People that Mass Effect Andromeda had some redeeming stuff within it, but overall it's just a shit game. It is objectively way. It just you can't if you. I want to ask that question. Person that just wrote in, Thunder, whatever the fuck. Has your friend played the trilogy? Because if you compare and contrast, then you can't say that's a good game.
I never played Andromeda. I never played it.
Yeah, you don't need to.
One of my best friends played it, and he said it was terrible.
You don't need to play it. You really.
There's only there was one part where you're on an asteroid or something, and it looks so fucking gorgeous. That's the only thing I enjoyed. You're in the new Mako or whatever the fuck it is. And you're just on it, and it's just a gorgeous fucking. I was like, this is awesome. This game.
I probably would have enjoyed it if I wasn't so angry at how long I had spent having no fun getting up to that point. But I don't know.
Something.
The thing that comes to mind to me immediately is fucking In-N-Out, man. Dude, In-N-Out was hyped to me so much before I got here, and then I got here and I was like, it's fine.
The fact that you don't like In-N-Out, I understand being oh, it's fine, because I think it's pretty fine.
I
but
wonder.
Don't like it is
this is what I want to know. This is what I want to know.
Yeah.
Because I want to know what people. I want to know what people want from a good. What do they expect a good burger? What does a good burger taste like to you? For people to say that In-N-Out is just fine or something. I only say that because the way the patty is prepared, if you strip everything away, you can get a Flying Dutchman, which is just a patty and cheese. That to me is the best patty I've had in any fast food chain. It is salted. It is salted correctly. It is dripping in this onion oil that it is so good to me. And I don't have anything else. I'm like, what? Well, go ahead. Give me what you expect from a fantastic burger.
I mean, my personal I'm not a burger guy in the first place, which is something that also kind of plays a part in this, right?
Okay.
Where burgers are if I'm really hungry, I have a burger maybe twice a month.
Okay.
Max. I don't really max out on burgers unless it's some barbecue or something where obviously that's gonna bring up the average. But generally, if I want a burger, I'm not gonna go for In-N-Out, man. I'm gonna go for Five Guys because I have it so infrequently. And Five Guys, the way that those burgers taste to me is that's my ideal burger. It's expensive, no doubt. It's too expensive. But I don't have burgers often enough for that to really play a part in it. You know what I mean? If I was eating burgers every day or constantly, a couple times a week, maybe I'd go to In-N-Out because it would be a reasonable quality to budget ratio. But I don't see anything, and the fries to me are really.
That's understandable. That because I feel the fries.
I'm talking
is 50-50.
about the meal. I'm talking about the overall experience of going to In-N-Out. You sit in the fucking long ass line. You fucking get your burger and your fries are fucking soggy and it's just really underwhelming.
Their fries are shit.
I like their fries, but they're just a different potato. I'm a potato connoisseur, and so I understand that people are used to having a specific type of fries. Usually, they're used to having a yellow potato or a gold potato. And there's say Five Guys uses russet, which is usually a baked potato. That's the standard potato.
Yeah.
And russet potatoes cook different in oil. They get darkened, as you see in Five Guys. So that is, if you like those type of fries, you'll get the darkened fries with the russet. But usually the standard is using a Yukon Gold or something, so it doesn't darken when it fries. So that's what people are used to. And then I forgot what the potato's called that they use in In-N-Out, but it's different. And so people are like, what the fuck is this starchy shit? It's so starchy, it's like cardboard. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. If you're not used to eating it, you may not be into it. So I think that's totally fair. I think it's totally fair.
So I realized that. So for me personally, right, I like Shake Shack's burgers more than I like Five Guys burgers.
I think Shake Shack's burgers are better, but they're still not better. I'm gonna tell you how I judge a burger. I judge it on its seasoning. And one thing that I feel like they do this purposefully. They don't make burgers on average. The most places they don't over season their burgers because they're afraid. And I feel like as a Southerner, as somebody who grew up with Southern cuisine, most burgers are under seasoned. I'm talking Five Guys. There's not enough fucking salt. There's not enough pepper because all you really need is salt and pepper in a burger. You can add more shit to it, but the basis is just salt and pepper. McDonald's.
When I prepare burgers personally,
go ahead.
Since being Caribbean and Hispanic, right? When you prepare burgers, you have to put onions inside of the burger.
Sure.
You have to put some sazon on it. You got to put a little bit of adobo on there. Not much. When it comes to red meat, you don't put too much adobo.
No. You got to keep it light.
But you put a little bit of adobo on there, and that's how you cook it. The onions and everything make it taste very good. That's how you prepare it. So when I get a burger outside, I understand that the burgers that I grew up eating are always going to be better. 100%. I'm never gonna have a burger and from fast food is gonna be like, oh my god, it's delicious.
Right. Yeah, you're not gonna have like a Hispanic cookout.
Yeah, it's not gonna
Hispanic cookout burger
customized to your liking.
Yeah.
And going to Nathan's is never gonna be like grilling a hot dog. You know what I mean? Like it's
low key, I think Nathan's is better than most hot dogs I've had. But that's just me.
I disagree.
I like Nathan's a lot.
Well, my family would do that. They would when they make hot dogs, they would do the spiral cut. They would cut like a spiral into the dog. That way it would like grill and you could get like
100%.
Dude, it's
100%.
Dude, I want a I like hot dogs more than burgers, quite frankly. To be honest,
hot dogs are great.
Like
I don't like hot dogs that much.
I love hot dogs. Dude, a bacon wrapped hot dog from the side of the fucking road.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh man, dude. The street dogs, dude. Oh my god, that's the best. That's the fucking best.
I gotta say something too about LA, man. They got some good street dogs.
They're fucking.
I wasn't expecting that from this place, but like, dude, when I'm like when I used to go out to bars a lot, and you'd go outside and there would be some Asian lady,
Mexican person. Oh, an Asian lady.
Some Asian lady or some Mexican lady, like just definitely not a white person. Outside with like some cart, and they would be like cooking like these bacon wrapped hot dogs with like all this stuff. Delicious shit. Like, and not just because there's alcohol involved, like, because I remember I would go and not drink that much at all, and then I would go out and I was like, dude, this is a fucking good ass hot dog.
Dude, I want a bacon dog and a beer right now. I'm gonna see what I can do.
But that's another aspect too. It's like when I always my default burger is a bacon burger, and straight up like
and the bacon is you're
anymore.
Absolutely correct, and bacon is so important to a burger. It really enhances the patty. But one thing I want to say, and let's move on. People that are listening right now, I would challenge you to do this so you can really taste the patty. If you get a plain burger, like a cheeseburger or something, you can have cheese on it, but just the patty, cheese, and the bun, so you can really taste the meat, because when you have everything else combined, like the salad, it really changes the chemistry of the flavor. So I want you to just be able to taste the three main ingredients, usually just bun, meat, and cheese, and really judge the flavor of the burger from there. So you can see, I feel like people would understand more why In-N-Out is so enticing, because it is salted, heavily salted, and it has a lot of onionness to it, because they just have this huge thing of onion that is just, and I think they use that as a base for it to cook into, and it's fucking awesome.
I think In-N-Out it's just cheap. I think like I understand the chemistry you're trying to add, but it's just cheap. It's just cheap, and it's not bad. It's not.
What do you
bad
mean by
at all.
cheap? Like, do you mean like
cheap.
inexpensive, or it's like
very
cheap? Like,
inexpensive.
It's inexpensive because the patties are fucking like nothing.
It's very inexpensive.
If the patties were bigger, like if you buy like a 3x3 or 4x4, it gets kind of pricey.
But if for 3 people, you like get a burger, you get doubles for 3 people, and you're like, oh, that was less than $20. You get a whole combination. You get number one for 3. Be like, oh, that was affordable. Yeah. That's it. It's just so it's good, but it's not great. It's not great for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fast food still at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's fast food.
We're comparing fast food burgers.
Honestly, we're talking about burgers.
You gonna get a burger now?
It's kind of making me hungry for a burger. I haven't had a burger in 3 weeks. So it's about that time.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a good burger. I'm gonna get a burger and a dog. I'm gonna do both, man.
More
I don't know where the fuck to get a hot dog from in Vegas. There's a Nathan's at a hotel, but it's like $1,000. It was like fucking like it was so much. I got like 2 fucking hot dogs.
Can you imagine getting a bill from fucking Nathan's for like $1,000? It's like, bro, I've been to Nathan's twice.
Bro, could you imagine sitting down eating something like that? Like eating something at a restaurant, and they come by to give you $1,000 check. And you see that, and you just I would just be so upset. I would get up and I would leave.
I would leave immediately. There's no way in hell.
The fuck away.
It's not happening ever.
Yeah, no way. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'll give you $10.
That's crazy.
We're going to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant for our anniversary, and that's gonna.
I went there inside of the mall in Vegas. I went there, fucking mid as shit.
That's gonna hurt. I mean, he has a bunch of them. I don't know which one because there's Hell's Kitchen. There's his steak house. I forgot what it's called.
I went to the Hell's Kitchen
Gordon
right
Ramsay's
across
steak.
the street from the big Marriott hotel when I was in Vegas. It was like in the hotel with it was like in like the mall with a bunch of casinos. And
So
then it's like right next to an exit. Like if you walk out and you turn left, there's an exit walking right out to where there's like a bunch of escalators and like steps.
Yeah, that might be Hell's Kitchen. I think that is Hell's Kitchen, actually.
I was over there.
I don't know
Pretty
if that's Hell's Kitchen because you need to make like a reservation for. Like, did you make a reservation like ahead?
We waited for like an hour and a half.
Because I don't know if they do
Long
walk-ins.
time. It's
but whatever.
fucking
He has like 3 restaurants in Vegas, so you went to one.
Yeah,
of them.
you probably ate at one of them.
So stupid. This place is
Anyway.
mid as shit, bro.
yeah.
These
move
burgers tiny as fuck. What the fuck
You got
is this?
sliders? I had Wagyu sliders. Yeah, they were kind of like whatever. I'm gonna get their beef Wellington, $70
Wellington, I hate you.
Dude, I went to Castaway recently, which is like it's like a restaurant in Burbank.
The movie?
No.
Is it
They
based
do
on
have
the
they do have the Wilson volleyball. I don't know if it's real though. I don't know why. I don't know why it's called Castaway, but it's like at the top of a hill in Burbank. Some of the best food I've had in a fucking long ass time.
Really?
Like nuts. I had this like
Fucking
mushroom oh my god, truffle battered pasta or some shit, like some fucking like ornate shit, and I was like, this is fucking primo.
Guys, I didn't realize the time. I have to. Fridays is the day that I leave an hour earlier. I get up
Holy
at fucking
shit!
6 in the morning.
How long have you been doing it?
We're at $1.50, which I was
Oh,
like, let's
shit.
do an hour and a half, and I just totally forgot.
Oh shit. Okay.
Whatever. Let's do a little speed run because I
Yeah, we'll do-
basically
we'll
need
do
to leave by 3:10.
Okay.
All right, we'll do speed runs and then we'll end it, and then I'll throw the I'll just make the credits later
Yeah.
Gotcha.
or after you leave.
Yeah.
Hey, Polar Express guy, game music savant, and the black that smiles back. You are tasked with the next big DCU Marvel reboot, and you could pick any character to start off the new universe with. Who do you pick and why?
That's
Polka Dot
Spider-Man.
Man.
That's our
Polka
Spider-Man.
Dot. I start with
Ant-Man.
Polka Dot Man.
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Start with that.
Aunt
man.
May. Spider Ant.
Did I guys tell you about
Perfect.
my comic book that I wrote? Aunt May destroys the Marvel and DC universe.
What was the post about an old pussy?
Yeah, it follows after Spectacular Spider-Man. I think after
The show?
no, wait, what is it? No. What is the one where the new Spider-Man is Doc Ock? Which one's that?
Oh, Superior Spider-Man.
Superior, thank you. So yeah, we wrote it taking place after that, and then Aunt May is hell bent on finding Peter Parker and resurrecting him. So she goes on fucking Offer Up or Craigslist. It was Craigslist at the time. Long story short, she buys the Infinity Gauntlet off of Deadpool, who happens to have it. He trades it for some chimichangas, and it's able to distort reality to where she actually opens up. She gets so powerful that she gets distracted, doesn't even try to resurrect Peter. She forgets and ends up destroying both universes. It's pretty fun.
You're insane.
I jumped so many loops, but it all connected pretty well. We wrote it together. She punches Mary Jane in a pink mist at one point and parts the clouds because she punches her so fucking hard.
Oh my god.
Alfred is the final boss. Like, he's the last defense. There's a league of butlers that are kind of like the Watchers, And
For Aunt May fights Alfred.
yeah, and Alfred, she
You're
almost
a fucking
loses.
degenerate, man.
There's a league of butlers, and they're like the Watchers. They're the real Watchers of the universe, and she barely beats them, but she still beats them, though.
I can hear Sweeney crying in his brain, in his soul.
And I was an adult when I wrote this, too. I was probably like, I don't know, 25 or something.
That's crazy.
And whenever Superior Spider-Man, when Spider-Man died, and it was around that time, we're like, oh, let's
All right. All right.
So that's what I would do. That would be my fucking.
I would just choose Spider-Man. I would choose.
Okay.
I would choose one of the Spider-Men, either Miles or Peter, and it would just be like them
All right.
looking through the world's eyes and like seeing everything else that exists in the world through their eyes.
All right.
But it would just be a story about them.
All right.
Pretty good. I used Derek's Ugandan Knuckles tribute as my wedding wrestling intro.
Oh,
Wrote it.
right, that guy. Yeah.
He says,
awesome.
he says, what is this? What would be your pro wrestling intro songs? I'm trained to be a pro wrestler, and I'm still trying to convince my coach to let me use Ugandan Knuckles tribute Derek made.
Hey, man, I'm gonna, just for you, because it'll probably just take me a couple hours. I'm going to remake that because that was one of the first things I did when I didn't really know how to mix. I'm going to remake that and then be like, hey, he remade this just for me, coach. Please.
You should absolutely do that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I've thought about this a lot because we wanted to make a wrestling organization called the Sexual Wrestling Federation, this SWF, and I was going to be Ebony Lust, and I couldn't focus it. I'm not even joking. My friend was King Nasty. We had some good ones. We had the Alt Rider. He was going to be one of the antagonists. He was going to one of the final solutions.
We heard
was
that by the
be,
way. Kingston opened fucking TikTok or something in the middle of this fucking recording.
No, I was looking through the song I was going to choose.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh shit.
So you blew your load. I actually thought, what would I actually choose if legitimately there's a song called Rise Rise by Rammstein, and it just sounds so fucking epic. Like, it's just one of the most epic sounding intros and things that, like, it just walking out to that, you're immediately a badass. Because there's some wrestling intros that are greater than the wrestler itself. Like, there's a guy named Bobby Roode.
So
Edges.
Red. There you go.
Edge's intro is amazing. That's like one of the greatest intros.
What's that guy's name? Alter Bridge.
I know mine already.
What would yours be?
Mine is Animal Crackers in My Soup by Shirley Temple.
Yeah, that hits hard, dude.
I think I love the idea. In my soup,
monkeys and rabbits. No. You're moving faster than you should be. You're walking, but you're moving. You're the speed. The distance you're traveling as you're walking is too fast, and then you're just in the ring. Eventually.
Sweaty and just menacing. That would be sick as fuck, dude.
I don't know what mine would be. Mine would probably be If I be
Chris Benoit's theme.
Psycho Killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
I would just take John Cena's. I would just copy John Cena straight up.
That's such a shitty fucking. I hate that.
It's so funny.
That fucking sucks.
What time is now? You can't see me. The time
That
is
is
now.
so lame.
Off the
It's
top
crazy.
rope with the franchise. Wow. You can't see me. The time is hot as hell off. Yeah, I pop your shell off. He used to rap, bro. Everybody forgets about that. I remember that vividly. He used to rap,
too. That's the thing that's kind of funny. Like, he's not like the worst.
dude. I love. See, the thing is that John Cena has been such a constant in my life. Like, people are like, John Cena, who's that? I'm like, dude, I've been watching John Cena since I was like 8 years old. When did he start wrestling? When did he join WWF?
2008.
No, way before that. Way before. That's crazy.
I don't know. I don't know
even
anything.
entertain that. That was crazy. It's like, no, shut up.
What
I
was
don't know.
maybe
I don't know
2003?
Maybe 2.
That's literally just 2008 with half the 8 missing.
Shut the fuck up.
Next.
Ned wrote in, or Ned Erdy wrote in. He says, "Hey Ed and Nettie, if there's ever a live recording of the podcast again, can we expect a set of gay covers to be performed? If so, what's the name of the gay cover band?" First of all, yes,
100%.
easily. Like if we ever do anything live,
I've been thinking about that. I was like, do we need a manager? I think we need a manager because I was thinking about that. How would we set this shit up by ourselves?
Yeah, I could get in touch with Colin. He knows people who can figure that stuff out.
Do that because I was thinking like that would be so fucking dope.
That would be hilarious. Do like a little show, like a couple, like maybe like I don't know, a small venue.
Yeah,
but like two like maybe like 500 seats
people.
max,
10
something
people.
like that. Yeah,
Maybe like 25,000 seats max.
20.
Yeah. We'll rent out the Creator Clash Arena for all 10 people who are gonna show the fuck
what
up.
If we fill it up?
It would be
like,
filled
what
up.
do we
It would be
do?
filled up as a joke.
You know what
people
I
would.
think? Go ahead.
People would buy those tickets and scalp them.
Yeah, they would.
And they would like mislabel them. They'd be like, "Do you want to see fucking John Bon Jovi or Taylor Swift? Do you want to see Adam 22?"
Adam, you want to see Adam 22?
You want to see Adam 22's wife get gangbanged?
Get blown up
Bro,
by
man.
the biggest black dude.
Dude, man,
Bro, did you
God
see
bless.
that recently?
Look,
Him
dude,
talking
listen.
about his wife getting fucked. Oh, I was
Great
like,
arc.
dude,
Great arc.
Look, God bless him. God bless.
God bless him.
I could not. Look, I'd be off a bridge. personally. Like I don't know. I don't know. That's a level of strength that I almost respected. Where it's like, God damn, dude, that is nuts.
Dude, she's participated in him fucking several women. So
That's true.
In the nature of the relationship they have, that's bound to happen.
Paytas.
But what do you say? What?
He fucked Trisha Paytas. Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
One more question, and then we'll.
Some niggas
Yeah,
be
that's good,
adventuring
good.
for no reason. Some people just be spelunking in places they don't gotta go. You just don't gotta go there, you know.
Yeah, I would.
He's
Evil
fucked
Master,
several porn stars, and he's like, I'm gonna fuck
Evil
Trisha
Master,
Paytas too.
It's crazy. Like that's such a wide net you're casting. Like surely you can
Literally.
Like surely you can. All right, let's. All right,
Yeah,
one more.
I'm so upset.
Evil Master.
I don't want to do the podcast anymore. I think I quit.
All right, that's
Last one. Get through it.
All right. Evil Master Sean wrote, and he says, "Let's go with a classic. You have a bottle with an unlimited supply of a beverage. What is that drink for you?"
Water.
That's so gay.
Water. Water is the best one to have.
It's just going to keep falling
perfect.
from the sky. It's this dumb.
I think it's my own cum, and then I'm gonna just dump it on everybody.
cum.
I'm
You're
just
just
gonna
gonna
run
dump it,
and dump it on.
That's crazy. Just splash your cum out of an infinitely refilling bottle. That means you could theoretically just keep pouring it forever. You know what I mean? Like it would be like a
It'd
faucet.
be max pour forever, dude.
You just keep dumping on someone, and they drown.
Wait, Derek. Wait, have you guys ever seen that like those prank videos of the people going to the public showers in like on Santa Monica Pier, and like somebody's like washing their hair on the public showers, and some guy leans over the wall and he drops like more shampoo. So
so it's forever.
Like you do, you do that with like, but with your cum.
What makes that video, dude? The first time I saw that video, it was Jalen, and then it was blood. And they did blood at the end. They did like red dye, so it looked like blood.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
fucked up. That's
He
awesome.
washed the wound into his head. He scrubbed the wound into his head.
That's fucking funny.
Why
I
is
love
there so
that.
much cum in my hair? I didn't do this.
The simple idea that you would do that is so fucked. I chose water, life. And you chose cum, also life, but in the wrong direction. What are you gonna choose, Chris?
Cummies. Is it a glass bottle?
No.
All right.
Oh, I knew what yours was gonna be. Yeah.
If it can't be glass bottle Snapple, which it won't be.
I got another one I might choose as well. Funny.
Honestly, if I had actually Moscow Mules. If I just had a cup that had my perfect cocktail in it forever. First of all, I don't drink enough for it to really destroy my life, and also it's just cheap as fuck, dude. Like alcohol is expensive,
Right.
Like going out to drink is expensive, and if I could just sneak in a bottle with like my drink perfectly
just
mixed,
forever topping it
like
off.
I get to go out, have fun, and not pay a single fucking dime. That's
it.
ideal. That's ideal.
So my other one would be ghost pepper piss. Like
Okay.
piss.
Okay, piss
That's
after you've eaten a ghost pepper. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not
Where
I'm
you
not
can
entertaining
just
this.
toss
All right.
that in someone's
Podcast is
eyes
over.
and
Yeah,
burn
podcast is
the
over.
Fuck out. Just ruin them, dude.
Podcast is
Fucking
over.
piece of shit. Goodbye,
Podcast is
everyone.
over. Hello, pussy. I'm reading the names now. I'm reading our $25 and up patrons. I go by he, him, or Nick Carr. Smitchy the Kid, Caucasian Container, The Cracker Barrel for Gays, Miguel O'Hara, Shooting Uncle Ben, Tinfoil Tyrant, 13,000 Feet Under the Sea, and you hear the opening notes of Under Pressure. Putting blackface on my light bulbs. Chris's singular sperm that gapes his urethra every time he comes. One time my cat got in the way of my .22 caliber cum shot. The cat is no more. R.I.P. Mittens. We are the Snark Tank, proud to announce that we have not fulfilled our Patreon obligations for 3 consecutive weeks. Doc Jenkins and the Tism Schism. Bend my dick, come in her snatch. Oh my god. She pipkin on my pippa. Possum. Yo soy Cristobal Rayola Pistola. LS Thomas Sweeney y LS Derek un hombre negro. Bienvenidos el Snark Tanky. That's not right at all. Domination. Average Clip Energy. Jared from Subway has a cameo in Sharknado 2. Star Coffee. Epstein wasn't killed. He was raptured into heaven. Indiana Jones and the Medallion of Stolen IPs. Captain Cunt. Trans femme gremlin exposing people with lactose intolerance to 90,000 roentgens of ionizing radiation. I don't even know what that is. Roentgens? My sexual awakening was the quirky goth girl from NCIS, and now my taste in women is ruined. Oh, man, I identify with that so hard. Yush Vinpen, the angelic dungeon master who would like to congratulate you for saving the microwave baby by shoving the horse off the bridge. Dropping to $5 tiers because I need to skim money for rent. Been a pleasure making you boys laugh each week, though. No problem, bro. Craig the Canadian, Richard Fisting, it's your boy Shawnee D, the studio that made Lord of the Rings Gollum. Got shut down. R.I.P. I got fired from my job and feel like shit. Send support. Sorry, man. Matt Walsh is a hero of our time. CPA Gang for Life. Indie Butter Knife on YouTube. Gay Weezer be like, what's with these homos fucking my boy? Why do they gotta suck? I just need a girl to Hindenburg my balls, please. Please, God, I beg you. 3XO and the uncanny accuracy of Chris's Vegeta impression. Slurpin', stroking, smoking, joking. Emoticons going like this. Morning Owlette. Sheeny Ty, I'm gay for you, and you're gay for me. Spider-Man, why are you gay for that guy? Nancy Pelosi killing a Palestinian with her massive tits. Obi-Wan Shablomi, Kremlin de Gremlin, Guy, Avi, something funny and topical. Gay Shrek 2 be like, I need a homo. I'm holding out for a homo with the butt so tight. Fucking cred. Wage Slave 583, I feel gay. Fuck you. The Papini Brothers, Emporium of Submarines made by Ed and Eddie that play Sonic drowning music. Spaceballs, The Patron, William Harrington, another gay version of the Beethoven song, but this time it's only the gay part is you. Or the only gay part is you. Tell him Steve Dave. Limp Biscuits and Gravy. John Strickland. I remember you was conflicted. Pause. Sucking on penises. Pause. Sometimes I did the same. Merck's 1889. You can jerk my chain, but no chains can stop me from jerking. The first Church of Keith David featuring Solid Sween and his gay genocide. The first Raimi Spider-Man movie came out a month before I was born. I'm 21 now. Jesus Christ. Pre-Roz. Blake 896. Vegeta getting stream sniped in PUBG and calling a child the N-word. I respect every single Spider-Man in here. 9/11 themed baby shower. It's twins. Alaskan oilfield trash. Texas tater salad. Sue Hulk. Tickle my ass hairs. Nikki Ziggy. Hey Dom, did you know those fish are eating Five Guys? That's pretty fucked up, Marcus. Lobotomized Jesus can't wait to lick on Hulk Hogan's sloppy wet fat fucking pussy like a dog in a water bowl. The sounds of mommy and daddy fighting downstairs, but it's drowned out by Derek and Sweeney's slang argument. Every time I come, it sounds like Squidward walking. Jackson DuPont, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, Normal McPherson, your new roadmate, Aetherian, Progerian Hunter, Melvis, one heir to the throne of Haphazard, and as always, King of Haphazard. Thank you for your support. Sorry for all the bullshit where we're missing a lot of episodes. Sweeney's moving. I'm fucking in the middle of fucking working on like a million things at once. We're going to get a bunch of extra ammos out pretty quickly to make up for it. Like in addition, we might even be doing some solo extra ammos as well in the near future. So keep a lookout for those. Appreciate you guys as always. And hopefully you had fun this episode. Bye.